Can you feature that awful creature? Can you feature that ugly creature? Creature features and feature features about creatures. Creature features. Now the strangest thing about this show or two. Features and creature features and more creatures and more features. And the creature's gonna get you tonight.
And hello and welcome to another episode of Show Us Your Crits. This is Chapter 9 of the Curse of Strahd. Wow. So we've definitely made a journey into the game, and so far we're all still alive, I think. Or possibly.
We could actually be dead. We don't know. This is a weird place.
Absolutely.
Just cursed us for a TPK this week.
So I won't keep us too long with me babbling on. I want to get into game definitely and hand it over to Mike. But first I'll go through my normal role here. So definitely. Oops, that's the wrong Twitter one. Don't follow us on there. Follow us on this Twitter. This is a better Twitter for us. Us Crits. Because apparently they couldn't give us the full name on Twitter for some weird reason. On YouTube, it's Show Us Your Crits, which hopefully you're watching on now. If not, you're watching on Facebook, which is Show Us Your Crits Media. Because, we can't get anything. And then on Twitch, it's something completely different with Grindhouse Media. So it's a little bit of a difficult runaround there, but I'm sure you'll find us on one of our platforms. And lastly, and I know that Greg had told me to go get the mask. I'll go get it during break. But yes, you can buy masks with our logo and hats and capes and machine guns and toasters and whatever Teespring has. Check us out at the Grindhouse over on Teespring. And I guess that's about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to RGM Mike.
All right. Thank you, James. So here we are with session number 9 in Curse of Strahd, the 2016 release by Wizards of the Coast, based on the original module that came out in the early 80s, brought to you by Tracy Hicks and team, of course. So let's do a real quick recap. But before we start with that, let's do an introduction to the players that will be playing tonight. James, why don't you go ahead and start and just give us a brief intro on your character.
All right. Well, I am Tezzacotl. Tezzacotl is a Tabaxi monster hunter who has traveled from the lands of Maztica across the mists and now finds himself in a very intricate puzzle of undead people we can't seem to protect, odd gypsies who give us horses, and other assorted things. And that's it for me. So who's up next?
Bree Pine, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
So I'm playing Bree Pine Fenwizzle, who is a diminutive wizard, getting more powerful every day, interested in the world around her, and probably doesn't have the most common sense.
Everyone's like going, yep, sure thing.
All right, Greg, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
Original Fallen Oak, the Halfling Grave Cleric. My job is to keep everybody alive, or at least pick them up after they've fallen.
All right. And last but not least is Julius, played by Matt. Matt, why don't you take it away?
Hi, everybody. I'm playing Julius, Paladin of Helm, God of Guardians. I'm basically the tank of the group, and I'm all about protecting people. And like James said, we're having some difficulty with that. So, moving on. Anyway. By the way, I've shared the stream on Facebook. If anybody wants to go to my Facebook, to check it out.
Cool.
Awesome sauce.
Excellent. So a brief summary on what occurred in the last session. You had all traveled to the town of Vallaki. We are started with you entering the town of Vallaki. You had made your way to the church where you discovered that Ismark the Lesser and Irina were going to seek permanent lodging there. At least Irina was, much to her displeasure. You had headed back to the tavern. You had had a conversation with the tavern owner. And when you were just about ready to settle in for the night, there was a frantic knocking on the door as you discovered all was not well at the church of St. Andral. You know, the church. So you guys all ran back to the church and discovered that the church was under attack by a bunch of very demonic-looking creatures made of stone. And you were able to overcome them, but unfortunately it came at a loss as you were fighting them. The creatures of the night had managed to tunnel their way into the church, or had made a tunnel prior to your battle, and had slain both Ismark and the priest, and had made away with Irina. So you guys all went to the church. You made an investigation of the area, and then decided that at this time that it would be best to return to Barovia and return the horse that you had borrowed from the gypsies named Midnight before, and owing a lot of money to the gypsies. So the horse was returned with no incident, and this game starts with you all back in the village of Barovia, deciding on your next move. So let us begin there. So you all are entering on the cart that you have managed to acquire. It is drawn by a single horse now. You have returned from the gypsy camp, and you have made your slow journey back into Barovia over the roughshod cobblestone streets. You can see that the cloud cover is still very heavy and overcast, and it looks like it's going to rain sometime soon, probably before the sun sets. The sun, you can tell, while you can't see it, you can see that the shadows are growing long, and you know that it won't be long before dark. You were making a decision to, I believe you've already secured lodging, and you were going to go back and return to the inn and see if you could rest for the night. So what is your next action as you enter into the town of Barovia on your cart?
So how long did you say before it becomes dark?
I would say you could have about an hour's light before it's dark.
All right. I probably want to get, well...
Didn't you guys want to go to the store?
Pick up some snacks before going to the hotel? Buy
Well,
some ramen?
does anybody actually have any cheddar?
Well, we can go to the store and get them.
Well, I have 15 gold. That's what I got.
Oh, yeah.
And
Let me get Wargaming Recon some Twinkies.
We have some downstairs Wargaming Recon. You're welcome to the
I had a
box.
Twinkie right before game started. It was terrible.
Parmesan
So anyway,
Twinkies. Anyway, yeah.
I have I have 35 gold that I had gotten, which I had not distributed yet. So shall I assume that we're going to split it as evenly as possible?
You can keep whatever.
Yeah, as long as we get the rooms paid for.
Rooms are already paid for.
Oh, then buy us a big dinner.
It's only been like 2 days since we left, and he paid for a week worth of rooms when we first got here.
All right, so then we have 35 gold to buy fun stuff with.
You can have zero lives. He's going. Oh,
The hell was that? Yes.
What kind of fun stuff can we get in Barovia? Let's go.
For 35 gold.
Barovia shopping trip.
So you guys are going to journey further into town. You are looking for the mercantile shop that you had remember seeing one of the first times that you were there. It's called Bildrath's Mercantile. He really is the only shop in town, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going? Or are you going to head to Bildrath's Mercantile to see what you can buy?
Yes.
Onward.
Okay. So it is a pretty quick journey through town. You pass from the gate to the center of town, and you can see that Bildrath's is still open, and you can see there are lights still inside the shop that are on.
Well, I think I frighten most people in this town, so I think I'm looking to either Julius, Repine, or Reginald to take the lead on this.
Okay.
I was just reviewing what I have, like, items-wise, so...
Oh, maybe that's a good idea. I only look at... Isn't it sad that I just only look at my weapons? Like... I could be naked with no food and water, but as long as I have weapons. All right, and I think that is a sign that the GM wants to do
as an
that.
adventurer, that's all you really need.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing, but weren't we looking for pitons at one point and we didn't have any pitons?
They're always nice to have.
Does anybody have any pitons? I do not.
Certainly a good idea for when we climb the mountain to go rescue the girl.
Isn't there a road?
I do, however, have a little bag of sand.
I forgot that I labeled this map. That's very helpful.
Mike,
Yes.
I would like to approach the shop owner.
Okay. You can
P-Town is in Massachusetts, yes.
You see he is standing behind the counter. He is watching with some curiosity as you all enter the store. And he says, greetings and well met. He says, welcome to my shop. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
Yes, actually, I was wondering if you do any bartering.
Well, I do barter for some items, but it depends on which items. There is not a very high demand for certain things, while other things, of course, definitely have a higher demand, and I'm willing to trade for those.
Do you have rope and pitons?
Why, yes, I believe. Well, and you see him kind of rummage underneath his counter for a minute. You hear things getting pushed aside, and he says, well, yes, I do. And he produces about 6 metal stakes or metal pitons that are a couple inches long each, and he places them on the counter. He says, I believe these were given to me or left here at some point by another adventurer, I think.
And you have rope to go with this?
Oh, yes, we have plenty of rope. You'll find it in the back hanging on the pegs.
Would you be interested in bartering for this spear? And I hold out my spear to him.
He kind of looks at it and says, well, unfortunately, I don't have much use for a spear. Do you have anything else that you're willing to trade?
None of your patrons come looking for weapons?
Well, they do, actually. He says, it's possible that another militia will form and somebody will need weapons. He kind of reflects on that, and he says, well, sure, I'll give you 6 pitons and the rope in exchange for your spear.
That sounds good to me.
He says you can help yourself to a coil of rope, and I will take that spear off your hands.
I presume a coil of rope is 50 feet?
Yes, it is.
I presume a coil of rope is hempen rope.
Yes, it is hempen rope. It is very thick and ropey. No, it's very thick and heavy is the
And
word.
prickly.
rough and scratchy. Don't try and use it for a pillow. So, does he have any iron rations or, trail rations of any sort?
I will make a roll real quick to see if he does.
In the D&D cookbook James gave me for Christmas, it's got a recipe for iron rations, and the picture just looks like trail mix. I was like,
That's awesome. He says, no, my lady. Unfortunately, I do not have any iron rations. We have some salted beef, perhaps some pickled fish, various nuts and dates, but we have no iron rations or trail rations.
all right. How much are you charging for the beef jerky?
Well, how much would you like?
In bulk, it's less expensive.
How much for 10 meals worth?
10 meals worth. He says, my goodness.
People don't live that long to eat 10 meals.
Well, I'm thinking lunch and dinner.
Somebody doesn't have faith in their trackers.
Yeah, I know.
He says, 9 silver pieces will get you 10 meals worth of jerky. And I truly hope that you share it with your friends and you don't eat all of that yourself.
What did you said? 10 silver pieces?
9 silver pieces for 10 meals worth of beef jerky.
All right. What if we make it 1 gold and you give me 11 meals?
Do you have not negotiation? Do you have persuasion? Can you make a persuasion roll for me?
I can.
Wait, are you trying to get 11 meals for 1 gold and he offered 10 silver for 10?
Yes.
Is that like Bugs Bunny like logic?
No, it's just I don't have 9 silver pieces. So I was trying to round it up to what a gold piece would be worth.
Well, a gold piece is worth 10 silver.
He's charging 9 silver.
Oh.
I'm giving him an extra silver for 1 more meal.
All right.
Not Bugs Bunny logic.
That just kind of says, hey, I'll give you this. I'll give you 2 5s for this 20. Okay.
So I rolled a 16.
A 16 on your persuasion.
This is
All
not
right.
really a bad deal for him.
He gives you somewhat of a patronizing smile, and he says, you drive a hard bargain, but 11 meals for a gold it is.
All right. Thank you.
So go ahead and take knock down that you have a whole lot of. So he literally hands you a small burlap sack, which is filled with beef jerky.
All right.
And you can go ahead and take off a gold piece. But yes, you literally have in your little arms a literal armful of jerky now.
I'm picturing her holding a sack as big as her head.
Yeah, pretty much. 11 meals worth of jerky that's a lot of beef jerky. So
I'm just gonna bloat up from all the salt.
I'm going to retain water so that I can be like a camel.
Uh-huh.
You guys are going to be sad. You're going to be coming and saying, ooh, give me some beef jerky. Give me some beef jerky.
No, I'm going to go hunting and cook fresh meat and then
And when
let you eat your beef jerky.
underneath Castle Strahden's you're going to be really sad because all you're going to have to eat are spiders.
spiders.
We do have those wolf steaks.
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
spider legs stuck between your teeth
Nope, I'm gonna cook me up some wolf steaks.
in the basement of a dungeon.
Why not?
Anyway,
All right. So, is anybody else buying anything else from the Bildrath's Mercantile shop and store?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I have all my weapons and
Okay.
clothes, so I'm set. And I
Okay.
have rations on me too, so.
So, what do you guys do next?
Right,
Go-
In
go
before
to
they
the
lock the door.
Yep, head over to the inn.
Okay. So the inn is, of course, right across the street from the store. So it's a short walk. And before long, you are back at Blood on the Vine Tavern. You can see a single shaft of light that thrusts illumination into the main square where you're walking, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog that surrounds you. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs, curiously askew, proclaiming this to be Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Well, we'll walk in like we own the joint because we kind of do. Well, not really, but we paid, so.
The place hasn't changed, obviously, too much in the last couple days since you've been here. Unfortunately, Ismark is, of course, not here. And you can see the tavern owner is behind the bar and says, you have returned. He says, welcome. I trust the roads and the travel was uneventful.
For the most part.
Aren't those two ladies the tavern owner?
I'm sorry, beg pardon?
Aren't those two ladies the tavern?
Yes, there were three ladies actually, who are all seated and gossiping in the corner the last time you were here. They are currently not here. You do not see them at the table. But yes, you found out those three ladies were the owners of the establishment, and you're not sure if the innkeep is an owner or just works there. So.
Do you have anything cooking? I will ask.
Yes, in fact, we do. We have a lovely vegetable stew, seasoned with some beef. We have some fresh bread, and we have a small assortment of some fruits and grapes. And, of course, wine. We have wine.
Wine and stew sounds delicious, although I think Repine is having beef jerky.
I am not. That is my food for when we're out and we run out of food. I'm perfectly happy having some stew and wine.
Very well. I'll be happy to get you both a fresh plate of stew and wine. Is there anything else that anyone else would like?
I'll take a stew. How much?
For you, I will. It's on the house, and he gives you a smile.
Somebody's got a favorite.
I know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you guys did pay for your rooms a week ahead of time, so right now you're his best customer. So,
His only customer?
yes, and quite possibly his only customer. So it'd be wise to treat him nicely, or it'd be wise for him to treat you guys nicely.
He thinks you're birdie.
As the group Tabaxi, I almost feel like at some point during this game I have to go, it's great!
No, it's just when you're done, you gotta knock your flagon off the side of the table.
You're right. So what do you guys plan on doing with the cart and the horse, which I assume you left outside the tavern?
I'm planning on having them stable.
I don't remember. Yeah.
What
Okay.
stable would you get? Is there a
Fair enough.
I'll go
stable?
with them unstable, so
Yeah. And we need that to get back to Valaki.
Okay. So the horse and the cart are stabled. That's a pretty easy thing to accomplish. There is nobody currently in the tavern. The tavern is empty. Like I said, the three ladies that you saw gossiping the last time are not there. It looks like it's just the innkeeper. He comes back into the room with a broad smile on his face, and he begins carefully laying plates down on the bar, and he says, "I'll be back with the wine." And he quickly departs out of the room.
You guys want to play some cards or throw some dice or, make a few wagers?
Sure, I'm always up for a game of Three Dragon Ante or
Yeah.
something of that nature.
Of course.
I got a few dice in my pocket. We could.
Thought you were just happy to see me.
I just thought,
Flattered for nothing.
get everyone to play some wagers as we eat.
Onward.
Okay, fair enough. Are you guys just playing for sport, or is there money involved?
Oh, I was going to have some cash involved.
Okay. Is anybody gambling with Brepine, or you're?
I find it kind of almost redundant to gamble amongst ourselves. Since,
Considering that you're all splitting equally everything you find.
It's
yeah,
super fun, but pass a little of the fun.
Well, we could gamble with, there's a bowl of fruit. We can, divvy up the fruit and then gamble with it, and whoever at the end of the evening winds up with fruit.
There you go. Gamble with grapes. Somebody at the end of the night ends up with a handful of grapes.
Or
Then you're the real winner.
we can gamble with beef jerky.
Oh,
I think that was her plan all along.
My plan, I'm going to just keep having drinks brought to me until I become comfortably numb. Then I plan to fall asleep.
Okay, fair enough. Does anyone else do anything else to pass this time besides eating their dinner and drinking wine and possibly playing some card games?
Yeah, I think honestly, just playing some card or dice games, eating, drinking, and then just going up to the room and passing out.
Yeah, we
Besides,
can plan what we're gonna do tomorrow on the way back.
the
Is there
bartender
anybody
could.
here?
I'm sorry, there was a lot of talk there.
Right, go ahead, Matt.
Is there anybody here, or is it just us?
No, as I mentioned before, the tavern is completely empty besides the very attentive innkeeper who
Okay.
continues to come over to make sure that all your glasses are filled and that you all have had enough stew.
Well, we could invite the innkeeper to play and take his beef jerky.
Is
He
that
will,
euphemism?
he will very politely decline. And he says he normally doesn't engage in games of chance with his patrons, but he thanks you for the offer. All right, so then the night passes fairly uneventful. The wind and the rain outside seems to increase a little bit. It does sound like there is a pretty heavy windstorm and a rainstorm going on, but you guys are inside warm and dry. And some of you are maybe a little tipsy from having a couple glasses of wine. The wine does taste very good. It seems like a good vintage, or at least it's very sweet. You're not sure where it comes from or what brand it is, but it does taste good. It goes down fairly easy.
Hey, isn't there a wizard? I'm just asking the party. Isn't there a wizard winery that we were supposed to go to, or is that a brewery?
I think it's a winery.
Yeah,
It's a
we were
wine.
supposed to. Yeah, we were supposed to get like a keg of wine for the barkeep in the other town, but
Okay.
things came up.
We still might do it.
Yeah, maybe.
It depends on if it's on the way to the next whatever. We gotta go back to
Yeah.
the town anyway.
Especially since it's past that town.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yes,
worried.
there is a place called Wizard on the Wines that was mentioned in the town of Alaki.
Okay.
So you are correct. All right. So as I said, the night passes uneventful. The meal is warm and hearty, and before too long, you find all you are found in your beds in your rooms, and you fall asleep listening to the wind and the rain. As I said before, each of you are able to get your 8 hours of sleep, but the dreams that you have seem to be troubling, disturbing. It is not at all pleasant dreams. It is something far from it. You are able to rest and recover and recoup, but you wake up with fleeting images in your mind of troubling and disturbing imagery, of dreams of blood, of terror. But the images, as you wake up and begin to go about your morning routine, the images slowly fade away until you can't really remember at all what you have dreamed about. So the morning activity has started within the town of Barovia. You all come down at some point back into the innkeep's main dining area. You can see the innkeeper there, and he gives you a broad smile, and he says, "Good morning to you all." And nothing has changed since the last night. There are a couple, looks like local patrons that are seated having breakfast of some kind, maybe oatmeal or something along those lines. A form of gruel, grits, some kind of grainy textured thing.
Gruel.
A grainy texture thing. That just sounds delightful.
Once you start eating it, you just can't stop.
A bowl of grainy texture stuff.
I'm going to make sure that's included on a menu at some point. Today's
They can't identify it, so they just describe it.
a bowl of grainy textured stuff. Well, besides that, there also is some bread. There's fruit. There's some porridge. That's the word I was looking for. There's
Porridge.
There's a porridge. So you guys are all invited to sit down and have some form of breakfast, whatever that you decide that is.
Yeah.
Oatmeal.
You get a couple sidelong glances from the local people. They look like they are people that work the earth, farmers perhaps, or maybe some kind of laborers. But besides a couple sidelong glances, they really don't pay you much attention at all.
I'm busy.
Whatever the generic farmer's breakfast is.
Well, they're having a pasty. Apparently, they're having a pasty textured thing. So if you're going to eat like the locals, there you go.
Ooh,
Well, if it's like the Cracker Barrel farmer's breakfast, isn't it like biscuits and gravy and
Yes, it is.
eggs and bacon and steak and ham and
fried apples and all I know is that I'm taking bits of breakfast and putting them into like
Your beard?
my pockets. I don't have a beard. I have whiskers.
cool to see him with a beard.
So are you going to pocket a couple biscuits? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, just because, it's a long road ahead. And
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
maybe I can barter with Brie Pine later for like biscuits for Jerky or something.
All right. Are you trying to be quite secretive about it, or are you just openly palming biscuits and putting them into your pockets?
I'm doing that sly thing where I might take 2 biscuits, start eating one, put the other one in my pouch, and just kind of,
Okay. Why don't you make a stealth roll, or what would be the other one that you probably don't have?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Thank you. You can do stealth or sleight of hand. If you have sleight of hand, you can use that. Otherwise, use stealth.
All right, so let's see what my sleight of hand looks like. Doom, 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 doom. I don't have it. Okay, so let's do that. And what is my roll?
Holy 22.
Nice.
All right. You seem to be pretty good at this because either nobody's paying attention to you or they don't care. You've managed to pocket probably about 3 or 4 biscuits, and
That does not
and-
have the longevity of jerky.
Hey, biscuits last a long time too. Like the real world. Didn't they
hard,
find
but-
biscuits like from World War II that were still edible?
Not that I know.
I don't know about that. I do
Depends on
know.
what kind of biscuit you're talking about.
I do know they found some hardtack that was made sometime in the 1860s. That much I can tell you, but
Yeah,
I don't know anything about World War II biscuits. All right, so you guys all finish up your breakfast at some point.
While they're all eating, by the way,
Yes.
because I'm not, I'm looking at the other patrons as they kind of give us the sidelong glances.
Yep. Now, are you trying to be discreet about it, or are you giving them a stare down, or what exactly are you doing when you're looking at them?
Keep in mind, I've got the helmet on.
Yes, of course.
But I'm looking in their direction, so they can't see my eyes necessarily, but they can tell that I'm looking in their direction.
Ah, you're giving them the Mandalorian glare. Okay, I got it.
This is the way.
Yeah, right. Okay. So one of the guys kind of senses, or at least he tenses up a little bit, and he kind of turns and looks at you, and he says, cautiously, "So, where are y'all from?"
Not here.
I go into my spiel. I tell them I'm from Chondoth and I am a paladin of Helm, the god of guardians, and should he ever need protection, that's my sworn duty, and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
You asked.
Yeah.
5 hours later, they're sitting there with the glazed eyes.
5 hours later.
Yeah, you can tell definitely as you were giving him the spiel that at some point his eyes did kind of unfocus and glaze over a little bit. And then when he senses that you're done, he just kind of nods and he says, "Just make sure to stay off the roads after dark." And then he kind of turns away from you.
Yeah, but what's more amusing than a cat eating a biscuit? I mean, that's
There you go.
Internet gold.
That's it. So they are, you do, as I said before, to them you do look like a lycanthrope. You do look like Tabaxi does look a lot like a werewolf, or at least there's similarities.
Yeah.
So yeah, you feel like people are giving you a little bit of the dirty, the stink eye, I guess is what it's called.
Yeah.
But no one's actually approached you. No one's actually said anything. But you are. Apparently, there was a show with the meal today, and you're the show. So,
So just remember, avoid the moors and beware the moon.
Exactly. You guys haven't found the Moors yet, but
There's Moors here?
and Saracens.
Tommy.
you're thinking of Spanish Moors. Never mind. Okay, so what do you guys do after you finish your meal?
We gotta go get the cart because it takes a whole day to get back to Vlaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I promise I won't make a stop for delicious stick meat.
But we
All
can
right.
we can stop for lunch, but you gotta pay for it this time.
But they like me and give me stick meat.
That's assuming that they're still
Eventually, they're gonna collect.
there. That too.
So as you guys come out of the tavern and you're making your way towards the stable, each of you smells something wafting through the wind. It smells absolutely delicious. It smells of savory meat and of something that just you immediately are reminded of one of the best meals that you've ever had in your life. Even though you've just finished eating, you literally are walking away from the table. You smell this smell, and it makes you start salivating like you haven't eaten all day.
I imagine Tez floating up.
Yeah,
Floating along, sniffing.
in basic true, Warner Brothers style, the curls of smell hit my nose, and I float in the air.
But it does whatever you smell. It just smells absolutely amazing. It smells better than anything that you've ever had served to you before. It smells literally the best.
Can we
Do you guys smell that?
Did Mrs. Lovett open her pie shop again?
Can we tell where it's coming from?
Yeah.
Yes, you all look around, and you can see in the distance on the cobblestone street, you can see kind of slowly making her way down this foggy avenue is an old woman that is pushing a small push cart, and that smell seems to be coming from that push cart.
There could be nothing hideous or evil about this. I am walking over towards the cart.
You will not regret this at all.
As you all start to, as some of you start to slowly approach, you can see almost like coming out of the mist, almost like apparitions. These people start to emerge and slowly start to approach the cart. And you can hear her say in a very high voice, she says, meat pies, fresh meat pies for anyone and everyone.
Oh my God, I was right.
They are delicious. Please come one, come all, and come and try my delicious pies.
What kind of meat is it? Soylent Green.
This tastes good. Who is this?
So you see that the small wooden cart has come to a stop. You can see the hunched figure is hunched over. You can barely make out her features. And you can see one of the men that you actually saw inside the tavern has approached her cart and seems to be eagerly looking over what she has to sell.
I don't know, I can't remember if you do it or I do it. Can somebody do an insight in order to try and see if there's anything unusual going on?
I would say there is.
I believe I make the insight roll. And let me make a roll. What is your bonus on insight, sir?
+6.
Should be all set up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's all set up. What am I doing? You have absolutely nothing to back this on, except for your gut feeling says there's something not right here. That you have nothing to prove this. This woman seems harmless. Her cart seems legit. There doesn't seem to be anything dangerous or amiss about the situation, except for your first reaction is, I need to get out of here.
So I'm going to use my divine sense.
Okay.
So if she is celestial, fiend, or undead, I will know.
Let me consult my notes just to make sure. I have her here. Hang on.
Well, while they're doing all this, I'm going to get the horse. Unless I'm not allowed to.
You're going
Why
to.
wouldn't you be allowed to?
I don't know if I'm being compelled to stay because it smells so good.
Oh.
The power of meat pie compels you. The power of meat pie compels you.
Delicious meat pie.
All right. So, Matt, what is it that you can detect again?
It allows me to. Oops, hold on, wrong thing. It allows me to sense celestials, fiends, and undead within 60 feet. that are not behind total cover.
Okay. And you're able to identify them as whatever they are if they fall under one of those classifications?
Yes.
Okay. Your instincts serve you well. This woman is not who she appears to be. Your faith, your belief tells her that this is a fiend. So you alone know this information. So right now, I know that Reginald, you approach the cart. Tezzacotl, you're there, of course.
Yep, I'm staring, drooling, looking at the meat pies.
No, not this cart, the horse cart.
Obviously, Julius, you're somewhere in the vicinity of the cart. Brita, you didn't really declare what you were doing. Did you follow the gang, or did you decide to go off and get the cart and the horse?
I probably went to get the cart and the horse because there's only so much you can fit in this little stomach.
Okay.
Tell that to the halfling.
So Matt,
I was going to get the horse.
I know.
While you're using your bat sense or your Jedi sense or whatever, what were you going to do, Reginald? You said you were going to do something. You're not sure if you are allowed.
Am I allowed to go get the horse, or am I compelled to stay?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing compelling you to remain here.
It doesn't smell that good. Okay.
It doesn't smell that where it surrenders free will. No. So,
It doesn't smell so good as to make me want to be late.
no. So Tezzacotl, you can see this very wrinkled old woman. She has warts on her face, and she gives you a big toothy smile with yellow teeth, and she says, "Care for a dream pie, my pretty? The first one is free."
That's how you know it's a trap.
Well, the paladin knows the jig's up anyway, so I decided to go a little over the top, right?
Tezzacotl's like looking over to see which one looks most delicious.
I put a hand on your shoulder and I say, "Not today, my friend."
All right, we'll take some and save them for tomorrow.
I don't think that's a good idea. In fact, I turn to the gathering crowd and I say, "Shit, what is the name of the town we're in?"
Barovia?
Barovia.
Barovia, right. I say, "Good people of Barovia, do not eat these pies, for they are tainted with evil." Hey man, I gotta play it up.
You thought you were going over the top.
But evil smells so delicious.
Can't I just have just a little evil? No, it's too evil.
I swear I'll wash it down with a glass of good.
Just a lick. Just a lick.
Don't touch those. They're concentrated evil.
Taint pie.
I'll look at the old lady and says, "Is this true?"
She kind of gives Julius a really scary-looking scowl. I mean, scary like she was like this really kind and sweet, had a big smile on her face, and all of a sudden her face just in a flash twists to this really evil-looking scowl as she stares down Julius. And she says, "Of course not. All of my dream pies are not tainted with evil. They are only filled with love." And she begins
Evil love.
and she picks up her cart and she begins to slowly back away from Julius. And she says, "Unfortunately, my dearies, I need to leave. Perhaps I'll be back later." And she
Not so fast, fiend. I draw my weapon.
Oh boy. Things just got real. Shit just got real, yo.
Do we have any idea of anything going on from back at the barn?
All right. So meanwhile, at the barn, I'm going to say, Reginald, that you're about halfway back to the barn when you distinctly hear over the murmur behind you, "Not so fast, fiend." And you know that was Julius.
Do it now.
Green Pine, unfortunately, you're far enough away and you're kind of wrapped up in what you're doing. I'm going to make a roll to see if you hear anything or know what's going on out on the street.
Okay.
Okay. So, unfortunately, Bree Pine, over the murmur of the crowd, you really can't tell what's going on. And like I said, you're kind of intent on your task. We need to get the horse in the cart. We need to get moving here. So that's kind of
if it looks like she's not noticing what's going on, I'm sprinting after her.
all right. So just to paint the scene correctly, from left to right, we have everyone surrounding the cart. About 40 feet or 50 feet away, we have Reginald walking down the street back towards the inn. And then about another 30 or 40 feet away from that is Bree Pine standing outside the stable trying to get everything together. So, Reginald, are you sprinting back towards Bree Pine or are you sprinting back towards the other group?
1 second. She is how far away from me? How far away is she from me?
I think I said 30 or 40 feet.
If it's 30 feet, I can use my silent speech to telepathically speak with her.
Sure. Let's make it easy and say she's 30 feet away.
Okay.
It's not a very,
Julius is doing something. You need to turn around for a second.
I will turn around and look at what Julius is doing. And then say, "You fools!"
Awesome.
That's the oldest meat pie trick in the book.
Yeah, so I don't like. I feel Texacodal has that like sad Puss in Boots face on, like the big cat eyes, as he's realizing that he can't have the pies.
No meat pies for you.
No
So,
meat pies for you.
When I pull my weapon out, I'm also going to use, I'm going to activate my sacred weapon, and my blade emits a bright light within 20 feet.
Okay. It doesn't do any, besides looking cool, it has no effect on anybody or the fiend or anything else.
Not yet.
I like that. That's a nice lead-in. All right. So for the lack of a better terminology, I'm going to say Julius draws his lightsaber. And the old lady looks genuinely concerned. And she says, "Barovians, protect me! The Outlanders, they seek to kill me. They wish to hurt me. Please, please help me. I am just a defenseless old woman." All right. So at this point, Texacodal, are you going to take an action? She's really, I mean, she's being really dramatic about it. She looks like she genuinely is fearing for her life, and you can see that the townspeople are generally confused. They're like, I came here to buy a meat pie, and now it looks like people are drawing weapons.
I'm gonna tip the meat pie cart over.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Really heroic stuff.
Now, are you
going to cry as you do it?
Are you tipping it towards Julius, towards the old lady, towards the townspeople?
Towards Julius.
Okay. So you need to make a strength roll. You can make that roll.
Okie dokie.
And Julius, you don't have to do anything. It's not going to affect your movement unless you obviously are going to move into the space where the cart lands. So,
is the cart currently between me and her?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm going to maneuver around the cart so that I have a direct line to her.
All right, well, this round you drew your sword. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Reginald and Bree Pine act, and then we're going to move into a combat round scenario because it looks like combat is happening.
Do we have a battle map?
Do we have a battle map? No, I'm going to honestly say we don't have a battle map for this one. I'm going to have to try and ad hoc this.
We have just a grid. We can put it on any grid.
Yeah, that's true.
Or we can use Theater of the Mind's Eye. Whatever.
Yeah.
I believe our audience has a good enough imagination.
Yes.
I mean, they think we're worth watching, so.
All right. Let me see if I can find a grid real quick. While I'm doing that, Reginald, you've managed to use your spell. It looks like Repine got the message. What are you? What's going to happen next? What do you do? Are you running back towards the group?
Yeah. See what he's doing now.
All right. So then you definitely see Julius draw his weapon, and you see it become energized with light. I think shortly after he said, "Not so fast, fiend," I think was what was said.
Yep.
Great.
And you also see that the crowd looks generally confused. As I said, they looked like they were interested in getting pies, and this wasn't part of the deal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just moving this turn. I don't really know what's going on.
Okay. Are you moving your full movement?
Yep.
Boy, we really could have used a bard, huh?
What would a bard do? Seduce the devil?
No. To, control the crowd.
Well,
That's what Breepine's for. Just freeze them all.
No.
All right, 1 second, guys. Almost done here.
And while there's this lull, since I see Keith and Brad are on, I just want to let you guys know that as of next week, we are switching the alternate weeks. So we will be playing again this coming Friday, and then we go every other week from there.
All right. Thank you very much for letting them know that. That was actually a good thing. Good thing to mention to some of our loyal watchers. Thank you. All right. Let me look to see if we got a cart here that I can use, and then we're ready to roll.
This broadcast is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
And meat pies.
And meat pies.
And meat pies. Tainted meat pies, I think, was actually what we were looking for. But
yes.
Oh, so I got a 17 on that roll. Did I manage to knock the cart over?
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and flip over to the map. Let me know when you guys. This is very crude, but we're just going to kind of roll with it because this is what we got for the moment. I don't want to spend too much time trying to dig stuff up.
That works.
Yeah.
So here,
that's a huge cart.
Yeah,
That's a lush and green city.
Yeah, that's a little too big. Let's. There we go. That's much better.
Okay.
So the cart has been overturned. You guys go ahead and place yourself where you would be. Reginald, you're just coming on the scene over there, and Breepine, you are still way off in the distance.
Far, far away.
Far, far away. Let me.
So, what direction was she moving? Was she going this way?
Let me turn her around. So originally she was here and she was pulling the cart. So she would have been there regardless of which way Tezzacotl, whichever way you upset the cart, she would be here.
Yeah, I kicked the cart in this direction.
So would you actually be where you are right now? Is that accurate?
Oh, actually, no, wait. I kicked it towards Julius. So probably what I would have done is where the handles are, I would have probably kicked that up to flip it backwards.
Okay, so go ahead and just place yourself
up here.
Yeah. So I would actually have been right there because I would have kicked it here and then knocked it upside down pretty much like here.
And Julius, you can put yourself anywhere that you think you'd conceivably be on the map.
Well, this is fine based on the
Okay.
previous description.
The only thing that's missing is the townspeople. I'm just going to go ahead and just freehand a couple dots where people are, but when you guys start battling, they're going to clearly find something else to do. So these...
I'm not that hungry after all.
These, I think I left something in the oven. So these circles basically represent townspeople, at least for the immediate time being.
She turned them into rocks.
She did. She turned them into blue rocks. All right. Let me get the turn order out, and then everyone can roll for initiative. Let's go ahead and get that started.
Incentive.
So am I not on the map at this moment?
At this particular moment, you are not on the map.
Ugh.
All right. So Tezzacotl, I got a 14 for you. Oh.
Repine has 2 initiatives.
No, I mean it was 11. I hit it twice.
Okay.
I can't click on myself, so I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brepine. You're on the map now, so you can click on yourself and roll if you want to.
All right.
Dump.
Mike, do you want me to roll that again since it didn't show up on the tracker?
Yes, please.
I didn't show up on the tracker. Same thing. Cool.
Excellent. I go last.
Good always goes last.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, I'm going to try and see if I can rename Mysterious Creature.
Mysterious Fiend.
Mysterious Fiend. Yeah, it's not showing up. I'm going to have to try something else.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun.
Mrs. Fiend to you.
Yeah,
All
right.
right.
Ooh, Keith, that's a great idea. Meat pie fight. That'll really change the...
Yes. There we go. Okay, let me put these in order from descending. Okay, so in a flash of an eye, you can see she stares right at you, Julius, and you can see this inhuman light almost animate in her eyes. And she says in like this voice that seems to come from beyond her skull, it seems to be this outer worldly voice. She says, "You fool, you will learn to meddle in my affairs." The visage of this old woman immediately disappears, evaporates, and in a flash of an eye, she turns into this hideous creature with blue skin and long talons. I am going to try to display a picture for you. Hopefully you'll see that in the chat.
Ah.
You can see eldritch fire begins to glow from her hands, and she says, "I will show you all." So on her round, let's see what she does. So she is going to move this way. Well, actually, no, hang on. Sorry. She is going to point at you. And as she points at you, you can see these glowing orbs shoot out of her hands and hit you with unerring accuracy. Julius. So she strikes you with these, and there are 3 of these orbs. And as soon as they strike you, you feel this surge of energy, this harmful energy that seems to rack all over your body, and your muscles convulsively spasm as you take damage.
No save?
No save.
Oh, wow.
let me introduce you to damage.
High damage.
The first orb that strikes you for 5 points of damage. The second orb that strikes you strikes for 2 more points of damage. And the last orb strikes for another 5 points of damage. That is 12 points of force damage total.
Okay, so not necrotic or radiant, correct?
No, that is force damage. And that will end her turn. Her hands are still glowing with this bluish green eldritch fire, and that will bring us to Reginald. It's now your turn.
Oh God! How far away am I from her? Is the map accurate?
You are right about where you are in the map, and she's right about where she is. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. You're about 25 feet away, roughly.
Okay.
20 feet.
So, Mike, just for clarification,
Yes.
the cart is now here, right?
The cart was upset. Well, yeah, exactly. You're right. Technically, now the cart was upset and flipped over. So hang on a second. Let me see if I can flip it over, and we'll move it over here.
Okay,
Awesome.
Just making sure.
No problemo.
Okay, I'm going to ready an action to cast Path of the Grave on her right before it looks like Julius is about to attack her.
Okay, so what exactly does that do again?
It makes her she's vulnerable to the next attack's damage.
Oh, okay. Right. Got it. Okay, fair enough. So this round you prep that spell and get it ready. Fair enough. That will take us.
And I'll use my my whisper ability to speak into his head and say, "Hit her as hard as you can."
Okay. I don't think
You only get one try.
You don't have to tell him twice.
Yep.
Okay, so that will take us to Breepine. It is now your turn. You are where you are right now on the map. You just basically entered into the fray, if you will, and you are free to act if you wish.
So the witch is still standing up?
She is still standing. She has one arm outstretched, pointing at Julius, and she has one arm at her side, and both of them are glowing with this bluish green eldritch fire. Her back is to you currently.
Okay. So she can make me a wisdom save.
A wisdom save, okay? Oh dear, that doesn't look good. That is a 6. So I'm going to assume that fails. That is not.
She fails, and she falls to the ground, laughing. And she is now incapacitated and unable to stand up while she's laughing.
So what did you cast on her? Was it
Tasha's cast hideous laughter.
Okay. Let me just check to make sure that there is. She doesn't have anything that would protect her from this. Is basically what I'm trying to do here. No, she does not. Okay, so run that by me again. She can do what now, or cannot do?
She falls prone.
Yep.
And she is incapacitated and unable to stand up. At the end of her turns, she can make another saving throw.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. So
it's right there in the chat.
Each time she takes damage, apparently.
So,
It's advantage on her saving throw if someone attacks her.
so Julius, while you are staring at her, she suddenly flinches a little bit, and I don't know, Briefine, is there any actual effect to your spell? Is there any indicator that she's been hit by this spell at all, or is it just she suddenly keels over?
No.
She starts laughing like crazy.
Based on the components, you probably hit her with a tiny tart.
Yeah, I grabbed what looks like one of her pies and whipped it at her.
So she starts going into this really, truly maniacal, unhinged laughter this shrieking laughter that just sounds so unnatural and grating on the ears. And she just throws her head back and starts howling / laughing. And she collapses to the ground and is now convulsing on the ground in this shrieking laughter. All right.
Well, come on, Mike. You got to give us an example.
I wish I could. That'll take us to Tezzacodal. Your turn.
All right. This puts me in a really odd position, although I wouldn't quite know that me attacking her might break the spell. So, unfortunately, but she is on the ground, so I do have advantage.
Correct.
I'm going to use bonus action to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So if I end up hitting her, it basically they basically get covered in thorny vines.
Okay.
So let me go ahead here and see if I hit, first of all. So it is at advantage, and where the heck is core? Here we are. Spear. So 21 to hit.
I believe that is a hit. Yes, sir. That does indeed hit.
All right. So let's see here.
Oh, and David B joined the stream. Hi, David. Good to see you.
All right. Seeds on the save. Vine trigger. Okay, so covered in vines, they are restrained.
Okay. I will mark that she is now restrained.
She's prone, incapacitated, and restrained.
Yes. Yes,
Oh, she's dead. She's so dead.
Okay, well.
No, and she doesn't take the damage until the beginning of her turn.
Yeah. Oh, but she does take. So I guess this.
The second one is if you're using it two-handed.
Okay. So yeah. So it takes 3 piercing.
Okay. So she takes 3 piercing damage?
Yep.
Okay.
And she gets to make another wisdom save at advantage.
Yeah.
At advantage.
At the end of her turn.
Okay,
Poor
well,
old Grandma Hag.
so she can't do it now. She has to do it when her turn comes up. So I will make a note of that.
Hold on.
At the end of each of her turns and each time it takes damage.
Oh, okay. So then she does take. All right. So then she does right now.
And she gets advantage.
And she gets advantage.
It's damage.
I know
Oh no, there's a snitch in the chat.
I know, right?
Yes, she does make her save.
How do you know? No.
Well, that's a good point. Does an 18 make her save? I should say.
Yes.
I'd imagine that she stops laughing. That's how we'd know.
Yeah.
All right, so she does make her save.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing: she's still prone. She can't get up till her turn, and even if she can, she still has to make a strength saving throw because she's wrapped in vines.
Correct again. So no, she's definitely not out of the woods. She's still in a very serious situation. but yeah, she's not laughing anymore. She no longer thinks this is funny. All right, so that takes us to Julius on 10.
Oh, good. So I get a +5 to hit.
At advantage because she's prone.
Oh yeah. Oh look, a natural 20.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. You crit on her. Okay.
But wait, there's more. I use a spell slot to activate my Divine Smite, which gives me another 2d8 damage. And because she's a fiend, I get another d8. So it's 3d8 damage.
Okay.
Better roll high, boy.
Okay, so let's start with the regular damage.
Respectable.
Okay. I get to re-roll 1s and 2s, and that 14 was apparently a 1 + 4 + 1 + 5. So I get to re-roll 2.
Okay. Go ahead and do so.
And that's a 2, so I get to re-roll that. Jesus. All right. So that's 11. So it'd be 9. Oh, God. 11. That's 20, 23.
9 + 11.
32 so far.
Okay.
Uh, 49 points of damage.
Zowie.
Remember, I cast Path of the Grave on her, so she's vulnerable to all these, so all that damage is doubled.
All right.
Oh, okay. So it's 98 points of damage.
Damn.
So this really, you really did use a lightsaber on her, is what you're telling me.
Damn, we were 2 points away from we were 2 points away from unlocking the achievement.
Greg, was that hard enough for you?
Let's find out.
So I assume you took a 5-foot step based on where you are right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you see Julius decked out in his armor, his sword burning brightly, swing his sword down on her, and it connects solidly. She manages just at the last second to twist her head to the right. You miss her head by mere inches, but still connect with her collarbone. There's this earth resounding crunch of bone as your sword penetrates deep into her torso. She lets out this unholy, inhuman shriek that seems to reverberate off of all of the buildings. And it is a shriek that you will hear to the end of your days. It is absolutely horrifying. Your weapon probably goes another inch into her torso. As you extract it, her shriek stops. At this point in time, all of the villagers suddenly decide they have something better to do, and they all begin running in random directions. They just are using their full movement to get as far away from this entire situation as they possibly can. And that will end that round. At the start of her round, she goes next. You see that she looks at you, and you can see from the fire in her eyes, Julius, that she literally looks like she is trying to send beams of fire out of her skull to burn your head into molten slag. And she says in this voice, she says, "You have won this round, Paladin, but you will rue the day." And then she fades away to nothing.
Fades away.
As she fades away in front of you, you can see that she had the skull of a creature or something. You're not sure. You didn't get a good look at it, but on her chest in a necklace, a skull begins to glow a greenish blue light as she says, "You will rue the day," and then she just vanishes.
Well, that was still extremely satisfying. So
Yes, it was.
There is a large pool of blood and ichor that is on the ground that seems to be noxious and smells foul. But besides that, the woman has simply vanished. She is no longer there.
Should we make sure all those pies are ruined?
But what about the pies?
Yes, the pies. Save the pies.
Those
I don't want anybody eating one.
No.
Those damn reoccurring villains.
I know.
Yes,
we should take
kicking
all
the
of them.
pies into the stack of blood, into the pool of blood.
Of course.
Well, now you know you just need to rip off her necklace next time before anything happens.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, it's about 9:50. James, do we want to take a quick break right
Yep.
here, or
So
okay.
let's go into our first break, our little intermission, and then we'll be back.
See you on the other side.
All right.
Back in 2 and 2.
Intermission time. Time that stretch you've been wanting. And best of all, time to take your pick from that scrumptious array of tasty treats waiting for you at the snack bar, where the popcorn's poppin', the cold drinks are sparkling, the hot dogs are sling, the coffee is steaming, and a luscious treasure of confectionery delights with ice cream and candy and so much more to tempt any taste is waiting for you now at the snack bar. You'll be notified in plenty of time when the next show is about to begin.
So they can follow along.
Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum. There was a turtle by the name of Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He'd duck and cover, duck and cover.
He did what we all must learn to do. You
and you
and you
and you, duck and cover.
Be sure and remember what Bert the Turtle just did, friends, because every one of us must remember to do the same thing. That's what this film is all about. Duck and cover. This is an official civil defense film produced in cooperation with the Federal Civil Defense Administration and in consultation with the Safety Commission of the National Education Association. Produced by Archer Productions, Incorporated. Hey, Bert, come on out and meet all these nice people, please. Oh, all right. We really can't blame you. You see, Bert is a very, very careful fellow. When there's danger, this is the way he keeps from being hurt. Sometimes it even saves his life. That's why these children are practicing to duck and cover just as you do in your school. We all know the atomic bomb is very dangerous. Since it may be used against us, we must get ready for it, just as we are ready for many other dangers that are around us all the time. Fire is a danger. It can burn whole buildings if someone is careless. But we are ready for fires. We have a fine fire department to put out the fire, and you have fire drills in your school so you know what to do. Automobiles can be dangerous too. They sometimes cause bad accidents, but we are ready. We have safety rules that car drivers and people who are walking must obey. Now, we must be ready for a new danger, the atomic bomb. First, you have to know what happens when an atomic bomb explodes. You will know when it comes. We hope it never comes, but we must get ready. It looks something like this. There is a bright flash, brighter than the sun, brighter than anything you've ever seen. If you are not ready and did not know what to do, it could hurt you in different ways. It could knock you down hard or throw you against a tree or a wall. It is such a big explosion, it can smash in buildings and knock signboards over and break windows all over town. But if you duck and cover like Bert, you will be much safer. You know how bad sunburn can feel. The atomic bomb flash could burn you worse than a terrible sunburn, especially where you're not covered. Now, you and I don't have shells to crawl into like Bert the Turtle, so we have to cover up in our own way. First, you duck, and then you cover. And very tightly, you cover the back of your neck and your face. Duck and cover underneath a table or desk or anything else close by. In Betty's school, they are talking about the atomic bomb, too. Betty is asking her teacher, how can we tell when the atomic bomb may explode? And her teacher is explaining that there are two kinds of attack, with warning and without any warning. We think that most of the time we will be warned before the bomb explodes, so there will be time for us to get into our homes, schools, or some other safe place. Our civil defense workers and our men in uniform will do everything they can to warn us before enemy planes can bring a bomb near us. You may be in your schoolyard playing when the signal comes. That signal means to stop whatever you are doing and get to the nearest safe place fast. Always remember, the flash of an atomic bomb can come at any time, no matter where you may be. You might be out playing at home when the warning comes. Then be sure to get into the house fast, where your parents have fixed a safe place for you to go. If you are not close to home when you hear the warning, go to the nearest safe cover. Know where you are to go, or ask an older person to help you. You know the places marked with the S sign? They're safe places to go when you hear the alarm. If there is a warning, you will hear it before the bomb explodes. But sometimes, and this is very, very important, sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Then the first thing we would know about it would be the flash. And that means duck and cover fast, wherever you are. There's no time to look around or wait. Be like Bert. When there is a flash, duck and cover, and do it fast. Here are some older boys showing what to do if the flash comes when you are not in the classroom. This is what to do if you should be in a corridor. You duck and cover tight against the wall this way. Remember to keep your face and the back of your neck covered tightly. Try to fall away from windows or doors with glass in them. Then, if the glass breaks and flies through the air, it won't cut you. You might be eating your lunch when the flash comes. Duck and cover under the table. Then, if the explosion makes anything in the room fall down, it can't fall on you. Getting ready means we will all have to be able to take care of ourselves. The bomb might explode when there are no grown-ups near. Paul and Patty know this, and they're always ready to take care of themselves. Here they are on their way to school on a beautiful spring day. But no matter where they go or what they do, they always try to remember what to do if the atom bomb explodes right then. It's a bomb. Duck and cover. Paul and Patty know what to do. Paul covered the back of his head so that he wouldn't be burned, and Patty covered herself with the coat she was carrying. They knew how to duck and cover. They acted right away when the flash came. If they had been at this doorway when the bomb flashed, Paul and Patty would have ducked and covered this way, like this girl. Heavy doorways are a good place to duck and cover. She will be safer, too. Here's Tony going to his Cub Scout meeting. Tony knows the bomb can explode any time of the year, day or night. He is ready for it. Duck and cover. Attaboy, Tony. That flash means act fast. Tony knows that it helps to get to any kind of cover. This wall was close by, so that's where he ducked and covered. Tony knew what to do. Notice how he keeps from moving or from getting up and running? He stays down until he is sure the danger is over. The man helping Tony is a civil defense worker. His job is to help protect us when there is danger of the atomic bomb. We must obey the civil defense worker. We must know how to duck and cover in the school bus or in any other bus or streetcar. Duck and cover. Don't wait. Duck away from the windows fast. The glass may break and fly through the air and cut you. Sundays, holidays, vacation time, we must be ready every day, all the time, to do the right thing if the atomic bomb explodes. Duck and cover. This family knows what to do, just as your own family should. They know that even a thin cloth helps protect them. Even a newspaper can save you from a bad burn. But the most important thing of all is to duck and cover yourself, especially where your clothes do not cover you. No matter where we live, in the city or the country, we must be ready all the time for the atomic bomb. Duck and cover. That's the first thing to do, duck and cover. The next important thing to do after that is to stay covered until the danger is over. Yes, we must all get ready now so we know how to save ourselves if the atomic bomb ever explodes near us. If you do not know just what to do, ask your teacher when this film is over. Discuss what you could do in different places if a bomb explodes. Older people will help us as they always do, but there might not be any grown-ups around when the bomb explodes. Then, you're on your own.
Remember what to do, friends. Now tell me right out loud. What are you supposed to do when you see the flash?
Duck and cover. Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
So yes, we all know what to do when the bomb hits. Duck and cover, cloth, a doorway.
A thin cloth will protect you.
From an atomic bomb.
Like, some of this stuff was just kind of weird. Like, if you're on a school bus, hit the floor. Like, wouldn't the school bus at that point be going out of control because the driver would also duck and cover?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that in front of the kids.
That's right.
So anyway, remember the magical land of 50s.
It just gives you something to do.
Remember, at that time, they knew damn well that ducking and covering wasn't going to do jack. They were just trying to make people complacent.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily complacent. It just gives you something to do and think about so that you don't have to panic as much.
Here we go.
Well, your body is turning into a shadow on the side of the building. You have something to do.
Well, that was meant for them to make sure that people didn't panic before it happened. Because they didn't want like a War of the Worlds kind of situation.
So anyway, during break, Mary went down, and so I'll put up the merch again because yes, now you can actually see merch in action.
Make yourself the main screen so everybody can see.
Oh yeah, make yourself main screen.
Who's running the stream?
There you go. So yeah, you yourself can have a show us your crits face mask.
There we go.
How would you not want that?
Looks cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
it will protect you from the nuclear bombs.
Or COVID.
Yeah,
Or COVID.
Remember, duck and cover with your mask, and you will be fine.
So yeah, out of game, I'd like to say, Greg and Matt, you guys truly had a 1-2 combo there. That was very impressive.
Yeah, Greg, how many times a day can you do that?
As many times a day as I can channel divinity.
Oh, awesome.
Which is now 1.
Which is now 1.
So if we run into her again today, we're just kind of screwed.
Well, I don't know about screwed, but definitely not as well off.
Well, I don't want to tip my hand too much, but I can definitely say that she would not be able to survive many more of those attacks. You guys definitely had her on the ropes with that one attack.
Well, the circumstances too, because I mean, Julius ended up getting a crit.
Exactly. Yeah. That was.
It was a lot of good teamwork.
Yeah, that was a mighty blow for sure. Or I don't know, John Cena from the top rope. I'm not sure.
I believe we have a horse to go get.
Yeah. At any rate, so at this point in time, we'll get back to the game. We have our group is now surrounded this overturned cart. There is this small pool of noxious, bubbling ichor on the ground.
I'm tossing or kicking all of the pies into said ichor.
Okay. The townspeople have literally ran away. There are a couple people that have kind of ventured out of their buildings in the early morning to see what's going on. But for the most part, everyone has pretty much fled in terror. This was all over before it really even begun. This all took 6 seconds, 12 seconds. So for some people, this happened so fast that many people didn't even get a chance to react to it. But yeah, that's the scene as it is right now. So I know, Julius, you are busy kicking overturned meat pies into the pool of foul-looking blood. What is the rest of you doing?
Well, I'm gonna go get back to getting the card again. I'm imagining he's gonna want to wait for the local constabulary to stop by.
I'm looking sad at the loss of meat pies because not only did they get knocked over, he picked them up and threw them into the ichor.
Yes. They are bubbling and hissing as they hit the ichor, and not in a good, yummy way.
That's the sound of caramelization.
Yeah, right. Before too long, you can see a very official-looking militiaman. He's carrying a sword with some authority, and he has two people with him. And he approaches you, Julius, and he says, "You there? Can you tell us what happened here? What is the meaning of this?"
Your town was invaded by a fiend from hell, disguised as a kind old woman trying to sell pies that are no doubt tainted with evil.
One of the townsfolk that was there and ran away and has ventured back a little bit to see what's happening, he pipes up. He says, "It is true. I saw her. The old lady that sold the pies turned into this horrendous fiend. And these heroes, they vanquished her. She disappeared in a cloud of noxious smoke." So the militiaman kind of nods, and he says, it seems that you have done a great service to the town on this day. He says, "I cannot thank you enough." He says, if there is anything I can do to help you or your friends, please let me know. I am indebted to you."
I will certainly keep that in mind. Thank you.
He says, normally we provide this for anyone who is able to kill the dangerous wolves that surround us. But I feel in this particular situation that this reward should go to you. And he hands you a small cloth purse, and you can hear the jingle of coins in it. He says, "Please accept this as a small appreciation for the service that you have done for us today."
This service was done for the glory of Helm, not for payment. But
we take payment.
but because my companions and I are low on coin, I will accept this payment this time, only so that we can continue to fund our fight against evil.
He gives a nod and he says, "We thank you again. I will walk around to make sure that the woman has truly been banished, and to try and calm down the townsfolk."
Excellent.
So they begin walking around and basically checking on the villagers. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Return to your lives, citizens.
I also want to say to Devious Dungeons, I like the way you think. Although I don't think we can bring the cart with us, though.
We'll attach the cart to the other cart.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
We'll have a caravan by the end of the campaign.
That's right.
Just tie it to the back of the other wagon.
The horse cart is attached.
Drag it along.
I'll definitely can imagine you guys having a caravan of carts and wagons and other vehicles.
Ooh, and I bet it still smells like pie too, or like meat pies.
It smells like a delicious, delicious cart.
I know what'll make you feel better, Taz.
Yeah.
We could trade to the Visanti for some meat on a stick.
Yeah, there you go.
Stick meat.
So Julius, do you look inside the coin purse that he gave you?
Uh-huh.
There is 50 gold coins in there.
Ooh, wow.
Wow. And a free cart. I mean, this is a day. Yeah.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
I want to search the cart to see if there are any magical ingredients in there.
Ah, interesting. Okay, let us make a search roll. Wait, that's not. We don't do search in this game. We do investigation.
We investigate.
So that is a roll that I believe you do. You can make an investigation roll.
I have a 16 investigation.
So besides the meat pies, you can see that there was a small coin purse that was in the cart that was on the ground. It only is revealed once the cart is basically put back on its wheels again.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, you can see that there appears to be a leather bag that is tied very tightly.
I will very carefully untie the leather bag.
She's done it.
It has two smaller bags in it. One of them is filled with a very fine white powder.
Iocane powder.
I bet my life on it.
No, not quite. But there is a very fine white powder that you can attempt to try and figure out what it is. The second one, based on your experience, appears to be a small bag of spell components.
So like a generic component pouch.
Yeah, a generic spell component pouch. Nothing in there that would be considered extremely rare or valuable, but the basics you'd need in order to cast your mundane spells.
Is there a mirror and a razor blade in with the white powder?
North the white powder.
If you want to try and figure out what the white powder is, you can make either a nature roll, maybe another investigation roll if you decide to. Either one of those would apply. The powder does seem to be organic.
Can I roll nature even if it's not trained?
Yeah, you just don't get the proficiency bonus,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So 16.
Oh, not bad for untrained. So a 16 will tell you that based on the way it kind of feels in your hands, this feels to be animal or human bone. It's a bone. It's a crushed up bone of some kind. You're not sure if it's animal. You don't know if it's people. You're not sure. You don't know what kind of bone it is, but it's
boned.
It's finely powdered bone.
Those bone meal?
Well,
Yeah, I guess it would be called bone meal.
I roll it up and stick it in my component pouch, and I take the other component pouch as a backup and, tuck it away in my backpack.
Okay. So the puzzling thing for you is you're not sure why this creature would have so much bone meal on her. I mean, the list of spells that require powdered bone is a very short list. So you're not sure what the use was for this. It probably wasn't for spells.
There are other uses for bone.
That's true. That is true.
Well, she could have been trying to catch snails or slugs or, maybe she just wanted to make paste.
So besides that, the only other thing you found in the cart or around the cart was lots of spoiled meat pies. So
That's a shame.
No, it's not.
Nobody wants to eat tainted pies.
Isn't it a song by Soft Cell?
I don't know. I think it might be. I want to say it was a '90s alternate band, Tainted Pie. I don't know. All right. So, what do you guys do now? What is next after disposing of the pies?
I got the cart together.
Are you guys serious? Are you going to take the push cart? Are you taking?
Oh hell yeah! Well, that's our cart now.
Okay, it's yours to take.
The puddle of ichor and blood. What is the condition of it now that I've thrown all the meat pies in it?
It's pretty disgusting. She had a full cart, so there's just this pile of spoiled pies. You can't really see the ichor and blood anymore. It's just this pile of smashed meat pies on the street.
It's actually kind of what I was hoping for.
We should probably burn it because there might be like animals that might eat it or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, I do believe
Fireball.
I don't know if the villagers would go for that.
I have a lamp oil flask, so I will empty the contents and light it up.
Okay.
Fire it up. Fire it up.
Does this mean we're going to have to stop at the store before we leave and buy more lamp oil?
Well, I've got 3 more, so.
So it lights up fairly easily. It gives off a very foul odor. It does not smell as good as it originally did, for sure. And the smoke seems to have this greenish tint to it as it rises up into the air. Altogether, not a pleasant sight. Very unpleasant. But you don't think anyone is going to even animals are going to come over and try and eat these in their current state. So
not that my character cares, but Repine, didn't you just pick up a pouch of coins?
Yes. How many coins were in it?
She has in the pouch 18 gold coins. She has 12 silver coins. And she has 10 copper coins. It looks like she was making change for anyone who would purchase her pies.
So has anybody started just sort of party funds?
Well, I mean, I've got the 50 gold that I just got from the guard. So I was kind of considering what I have to be party funds because, paladin.
All right, well, you want to put those with it?
Sure.
You're not going to spend it all on jerky?
No, not jerky, but, maybe a horse. How many gold was it, Mike?
18 gold, I thought I said.
103. And silver? Or was there electrum?
No.
No electrum. There was 12 silver and there was 10 copper, I believe.
Yeah.
Without looking again.
Alrighty. I have it in the party funds.
Very good. All right. So what do you guys do next?
I think
suppose we should get on with it.
Yeah, it's time to ease on down the road.
Okay.
Stick meat.
Stick meat.
So you guys once again leave Barovia and begin journeying again on the road that you are familiar with. Are you going to pass through the gypsy camp again? Let me bring up the map.
I don't think we really have a choice in that matter.
Well, I mean, you can always go around. I mean, it's probably not
we already took away Tez's meat pies, so I think he'll kill us if we don't.
Alrighty.
Well, see, we're going to take a right here and keep going this way and this way. We've got a damsel in distress we have to save.
But stick meat.
But, well, stick meat comes first.
Yeah.
Stick meat's over here.
Stick meat's there.
Stick meat could save the girl.
Yeah.
Might be exchanged for goods and services.
So you guys make the short journey. It's about if I remember correctly, it's about an hour from Barovia to the Visanti camp. So it's an hour travel. You don't see again. There's nobody on the roads. You don't encounter anyone in the hour's journey. And before too long, you find yourself back at the Visanti Gypsy camp. Nothing has changed since you were here. I mean, you guys were here literally like 24 hours ago. They all seem a little surprised to see you yet again, but they welcome you with open arms. They say, "Welcome back." Tezzacotl, 2 of the men immediately come over to you and they clap you on the back and they begin, without a word, they begin to lead you over to the fire pit where the roasting meat is hanging. You're not, I mean, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, but it's always time for roasted meat. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, yeah. I go without a fight. I'm just like...
they take the attic over to the stash.
All right, like I said, the vicinity are always happy to see you all. They offer you food and drink if you wish to take it. One of them approaches you. It's the Jesser is the name of the gentleman you saw before. Julius, he was the one that actually loaned you the horse, if you remember correctly. And Jesser approaches you and he says, "Greetings, my friend. Very pleased to see you back in the camp. What brings you in this direction?"
All right, out of game. We're going back to the other town because why?
You were going back to the town of Valaki. I'm not sure. You had a couple reasons to go back there, but I'm not sure which one was the motivating reason.
Wizard's Wines.
You guys were going to try and help find out what happened to the shipment of wine, the Wizard on the Wines. I mean, you guys.
Why we're going?
There was the winery. There was the winery. There was the Amber Temple, I think it was called.
Yeah, there was Amber Temple.
There was the Amber Temple.
I think there was something else, but I don't remember what it was.
So let me see real quick. I'm going to look over my notes. I know you guys were told about the Wizard of the Wines. You were also told about the Amber Temple.
That was probably it.
I think that was it. I don't think anyone else mentioned anything, but I'm looking real quick.
And isn't something about the amber in the prophecy of the old witch woman?
Yeah.
Madame Ava did mention something in the prophecy about a mountain, a small castle in a mountain of amber that was guarded by giants, I believe was the whole prophetic statement.
The treasure is hidden in a small castle within a mountain of amber and guarded by giants.
Yes.
To me and Bree Pine, everybody's a giant.
All right. So the only other thing that wasn't mentioned is that they wanted you guys to see if you could try and figure out who had stolen the bones.
The bones in the armor.
The bones of Saint Andral and the weapons. They want to know what happened to those bones because Saint Andral was
holy.
Yeah, Saint Andral was a saint, and now that the bones have been stolen, the church is no longer considered consecrated, which means that is basically their last refuge. So,
is there anybody still at the temple who, like, I don't know, runs the temple? I mean, didn't they get killed?
That's the other problem is that you're not sure. I mean, no. Well, there was the father Marcus, I believe, was his name, and there was the young boy that was
missing his.
What's that?
Father Marcus was missing his head last time we saw him.
Yeah, they were both dead.
And the boy, the boy was dead when we got out there.
Yes,
because I guess he's the one who let them in the first place.
Yes. Well, at least that's what it looked like. But before
he got rewarded.
But before the pastor had died an untimely death, he did say, "If you could help us find the bones again, that would be great." And then he died. So I don't know if you guys are willing to partake in that quest, or if the quest died when he did. That's up to you guys.
You can certainly look around.
I would basically on our way to the Vistani caravan here thing, whatever their camp.
Yes.
I would talk with these guys about it. So we're going back to this town. Let's not worry about the wine. That's really low priority right now. I mean, we've got the girl who's being held captive, if she's even still alive, by Strahd. We've got the missing bones for the temple.
That's important for me.
And we've got this reading that we got with the Mountain of Amber, and there's apparently this Amber Temple. So, I mean, there's really three things that we're looking at here that are of actual importance. Let's prioritize.
I mean, I think we should follow what Madame Ava has foreseen. That just sounds to me like it's
so
important.
The Amber Temple, then.
Yeah.
We'll do that, and while we're out there, we'll keep an eye out for the bones.
Yeah. That makes
Okay.
sense.
Although when we get back to the town, I'd like to look around the town because the kid might have stashed them somewhere in the town.
Okay. So from what you remember from the conversations you had is that the Amber, nobody knows for sure where this Amber Temple is. It was rumored to be a place of refuge for a group of powerful wizards. It is said that they all went insane, or something terrible happened to them because they dabbled in magics they shouldn't have dabbled in. The only thing that really was revealed to you all is that they said the temple would be somewhere towards the top of Mount Gacchus. And if you look at your map, Mount Gacchus is all the way to the south on the map. So keep going south until you get to the bottom of the map. And I will try to highlight the top of Mount Gacchus. That is Mount Gacchus.
Wow.
So for you guys, it would be several days journey, and also it would be several days journey trekking through wilderness.
Yeah.
There is no clear path to the mountain. So you guys, obviously, you figured that out one way or the other, either by being presented by a map or something else. Do we need to zoom in a little bit? Do we need to blow this up a little bit so you guys get a better look?
No, I wanted Dave to do his thing where he puts us to the side and he makes us in the middle.
Oh, there we go. All right, much better. So yeah, that pink circle there is the top of Mount Gacchus, and you guys currently are at the Vistani camp, and that is at about a 45-degree angle to the right. Yeah, whoever just did the black circle. Yep.
Yeah, that's me. As a matter of fact, looking at the map, it looks like it would make more sense for us to go from here to here instead of traveling back to this town that's way up here.
Yeah, actually, it probably would be. And I mean, you know, you have a ranger with you. It's not like. Because we could follow
the Vistani to hold on to our wagon and horse while we, hoof it on foot.
For a nominal fee.
For a nominal fee. I'm sure if we ask nicely, they'll say yes.
Ted's just putting their kids through college with his meat on the stick.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to open a franchise once all this is done.
Tezzacotle's meat on the stick.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to a town near you. All right, so then that will take us back to you guys arriving at the Vistani camp. Jessor approaching you, Julius, and saying, "Greeting, my friend. I have not seen you. I'm surprised to see you so soon. What brings you back to the camp so quickly?"
Well, we have several things that are, we'll say, on our plate that we need to do, which is going to apparently involve us trekking back and forth around here quite often. So you may see more of us.
He gives you a smile.
I was wondering if you and your people might do us a favor.
Of course, my friend. Anything.
We need to go to Mount Gacchus.
He immediately drops his cup. He says, "I'm sorry."
Are you okay?
Well, you're new to the area. Mount Gacchus is a mountain that is very inhospitable. It is known to have severe weather patterns, and there are truly deadly creatures and monsters that inhabit the land surrounding it. To go to Mount Gacchus is a truly perilous journey. Do you know that? Are you aware of that?
James, stop crinkling.
Jesser stops eating potato chips.
I say, well, we weren't necessarily aware of all of that, but we kind of assumed that it would be perilous. But it is something that we need to do.
He says, well, my friend, I can tell you with great sincerity that there have been other strangers to our land that have come here with similar ideas in mind. Many have traveled into the wilds of Barovia, never to be seen again. I just hope you fully understand the undertaking you're about to take, because it is very possible that for some of you, there will be no safe return.
I understand that. But think of it this way. If we don't return, you've got yourself a new horse and wagon.
Yes.
He kind of gives you a smile, and then he motions for the guy behind you, and you see the guy's taking measurements of you.
For my coffin?
Yes.
That's assuming a body returns.
Exactly. He says, well, my friend, I cannot but admire your bravery. If there's anything that we can do to properly prepare you for your journey, please let us know.
Well, what would be the quickest and least tedious path?
Helicopter.
Yes.
There is no easy way to Mount Gacchus. You'll be traveling over a hilly terrain, sometimes forests, sometimes very foreboding mountainsides. There is no clear path. You'll be trekking through the wilderness, and you'll need to keep your wits about you, and hopefully you'll have an expert guide with you in order to guide you across these lands.
Expert guide, huh? I don't think we have.
Would you happen to have an expert guide amongst your people?
He smiles. None of the Vastanti have ever decided to journey to Mount Gacchus, so unfortunately, we cannot help you. We would be of little use to you. We would probably end up being more of a hindrance than a help.
All right. Do you, by any chance, have any elixirs of healing that we may be able to purchase off of you, barter, trade, what have you?
Win cards.
We do not steal from the Vistani.
Cards. They might like playing games.
Yeah, maybe gamble for them. We have somebody in our group who loves gambling.
And beef jerky.
He says, let me check and see if we have anything that might be able to aid you in that nature.
That would be appreciated.
Okay. So, James, you're back at the campfire, and it's nothing but good times. There's wine. There's meat on the stick. You actually, at this point, have kind of forgotten why you're even here, what's going on. You're just like, hey, I got my wine. I got my meat on the stick. Good times.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy. Yep. Chewing away.
Hey, why are we here? What were we doing?
Yeah, who cares?
As usual, the wine is very good. It tastes a lot like the wine that you guys had in Barovia. And, of course, the meat on the stick, you're not sure if it's venison. You're not sure what it is. It's delicious. That's what it is. And it doesn't come with any crazy, evil old lady that wants to kill you. So
nice.
Reginald and Brepine, do you guys are you guys doing anything while the Paladin's having a talk with Jessor and Tez is eating his meat on the stick?
I will look around for Madame Ava. Is she around?
Well, the last time you saw her, she was in one of the larger tents towards the back. You can always poke your head in there and see if she's there.
I'm going to poke my head in and see if she's there.
Sure enough, she is there. You can see that she is seated right where you saw her the last time, and she gives you an all-knowing smile, and she says, hello.
Madame Ava, I have questions.
Well, then I am here to answer your questions. Please come in. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. Let me cross your palm with a couple silver.
Okay. How many silver pieces do you give her?
I give her 4.
All right.
And you said cross. I think you meant grease.
Crease, grass.
Yeah, but with the silver, I make a little X with the 4 silver.
Okay.
Across her palm.
She doesn't really look at too much of what you put in, she just briefly glances at the coins and then pockets them, and she says, how can I help you today?
Well, we talked before about a small castle within a mountain of amber guarded by giants. And I wondered if you had any premonitions or if the spirits or cards had any advice for how we should proceed on this journey.
You see her pull a black velvet piece of cloth off of a small ball of crystal, and she takes a candle from next to her, and she brings the candle over and sets it in front of the crystal ball, and she begins moving her hands slowly over the ball. You can kind of see wisps of mist or smoke begin to fill the ball, and it becomes very opaque, and you see her staring intently, and she says, 4 heroes from a strange land are venturing to the Amber Temple. What would they expect when they arrive? And she kind of looks into the sphere, and she nods very solemnly. And she says, you all will be tested in many ways. You need to make sure that you keep your wits about you, and you make sure that you are prepared for the unexpected. She said, you will encounter many traps, both physical and magical, and you will encounter many foes that will test the very limits of your strength. Be wary. Many have journeyed to the temple, and none have returned.
Bum, bum, bum.
So...
Yes, and there's 2 Visanti behind her that go, bum, bum, bum. She kind of waves them off.
Not now, not now.
Like where we need to go is very high in altitude. Do we need to get extra furs so we don't freeze?
You should make sure that you're prepared for all types of weather. I cannot guarantee the weather at the top of Mount Gacchus will be very hospitable.
Do you have any... You mentioned giants. Now, I am the antithesis of giant. Do you have any spells for felling giants?
She kind of looks like she's thinking. She's in great thought. And she says, perhaps I have one. I have one that might be able to aid you. Have you any money?
All comes down to money.
Any bit of money.
She says, I traded many of my personal treasures in order to obtain this spell. I won't part with it for anything less than 200 gold.
Can you tell me what the spell is?
Of course. She says, this spell is written on a scroll, and once you read the spell out, it will affect whatever target you have with a powerful magic and compel them to be turned into something else entirely, something that you can choose. She's basically describing a polymorph.
Polymorph, yeah. I will tell her that on my own, I do not have this much money. I will have to confer with my compatriots to see if we can meet her demands.
She gives you a very somber smile, and she says, "I understand that your friends are undertaking a perilous journey, but I'm afraid I have to ask for at least 200 gold."
I will let you know if we can afford it. We may need to spend money on other items as well.
She says, "Of course, dearie, of course." She says, "You are always welcome back at my tent, and I will be happy to help you if I can."
Thank you. And I'll go back to the group.
Okie dokie. So Reginald, you didn't say anything. Did you? Are you doing anything, or are you just kind of hanging out till?
I'm watching the horses at the moment.
Right, making sure they don't get stolen by the gypsies.
Well, I don't really know what we're doing. I figured we're just like parking here for the moment.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not judging. Okay, so back to you, Julius.
All right. So first off, I just want to say I thought about it, and I'm a little disappointed that the witch didn't say, "I'll get you, my little pretty, and your Toto too."
Oh yeah. Well,
But anyway,
she was going to say, "I'm melting, but
Yes.
Oh, what a world! What a world!
So yeah, does was it Jessup?
Yes, Jessup.
Does he come back with news of potions?
He says, "Yes, we do have 2 potions here. The potion in my left hand is a cure light wounds, and the potion in my right is a cure moderate wounds."
And how much would these cost us?
100 and 200 gold, respectively.
Ching ching. Wow. All right.
Did I mention we're the only game in town?
Yeah.
He says, but he kind of looks over your shoulder and says, "That's a mighty nice cart you got there."
Allow me to confer with my compatriots.
Of course. All right. So everyone seems to convene on the fire pit because that's where Tezzacotl is. So talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I come rushing up. Guys, we can get a good giant killing spell for 200 gold.
At which point I say, and we can get some good healing potions for 100 gold and 200 gold respectively.
Well,
maybe we need to do some odd chores around the house in order to like save up some money for all of this.
You mean like get some wine for a tavern?
Or find bones for a monastery.
They did mention the cart looks pretty nice.
Well, also I want to mention that Madam Eva said that we need to be prepared for all situations, suggesting that we might need to do things like buy furs or something since we're going way up in altitude. Maybe some like
wolf pelts by a town that's being attacked by wolves all the time.
Oiled canvas jackets for rainy weather, a brolly.
Oiled jacket, something that would be sold by a town that has fishermen.
Yes.
Boy, this is.
Oop, did we just lose? We just lost Matt.
Yep, we lost Matt. But he will be back soon, I'm sure. There he is.
Ook.
Happen.
No.
There we go.
That was weird.
You got voted down, that's what happened.
Did anybody hear what I said?
No. You opened your mouth and you disappeared.
I said this is starting to sound like side quest hell.
Well, the gypsies. Jessar says that there is the woods not too far away, where you guys can grind boars until you get to a high enough level.
Elwyn Forest, here we come.
Except now Elwyn Forest actually levels itself to what your current level is. So if you're like level 50, your boars are now level 50.
It's really
Oh my
annoying.
lord!
Oh my god.
World of Warcraft, you can no longer grind boars. Oh my god!
I'm actually glad I don't play that anymore. Anyway.
I've been having fun playing.
All right, so what do you guys? What side quest are you guys going to take, and what order are you going to do them in? I mean, just asking for a friend. Just
Let's
wanted to
get some wine.
I think we should go after the bones.
Wine.
Bone wines.
Well, either way, we're gonna have to go to the town, so which means we're gonna have to leave now.
Yeah.
So we'll argue about exactly what we're doing on the road. So get some stick meat to go.
Yep, I'm getting some.
I'll go get the horses ready.
Right.
Horse.
So there will be buying of no potions or magic today.
Not today.
Although if they want to buy the small cart.
The hand cart?
I think that's the one they were talking about, right, Mike?
They did say that you had a mighty fine push cart. And they weren't talking to you, Matt. They were talking about the cart.
Oh. Sure, I'm curious, maybe even a little interested, but I don't go for those backdoor shenanigans.
So are you guys interested in selling your cart?
Sure, I am. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, that's fine, as long as it gets us closer to our...
So that'll get you another 100 gold pieces or a potion. You get to choose.
Take the potion.
And when you say a potion, do you mean either of those potions?
No, the potion for 100 gold.
No! You can't blame me for trying.
Yeah, you know.
Is that just the minor healing potion?
That is the minor healing potion.
Cure light wounds.
Which for you guys at 4th level basically is like a giant band-aid.
Yeah.
Keep somebody from dying.
Yep.
Yes, that's true. That would. So you take the gold, or you take the potion, sir?
I take the potion, I think.
All right.
Seems like the most sense to me.
So you guys lose a card, you gain a potion. So, Matt, I assume since you're doing the transaction, you can write down the potion, and you guys no longer have a push card.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of a free potion. I mean, the cart we found, we basically...
Yeah, I mean, you guys made out in the deal because you earned a cart and traded it in for a potion, so...
Kitty wants chips. Kitty wants chips.
Okay, so then you guys are now headed back to Barovia, or you're headed back to Vallaki?
Vallaki.
At full speed, because we will need to get there before dark.
Right. Of course you do. And that requires me to make some rolls that have absolutely nothing to do with this.
Right.
We're going to go at a grueling pace with meager rations. And of course, we're going to ford the river.
But is it a Harrison Ford?
Womp
I don't see any crashed planes around, so I don't think so.
Oh! Oh, snap.
Wow. He went there.
Yeah, he totally did.
Okay, so as you guys are traveling down the road, you're making your way past the last gatehouse. If you look to the map there, you can see the gatehouse is about halfway between Vallaki and Barovia. Yep, there it is. Whoever is marking it.
That's me.
So it is a gray and overcast day. It looks like it might rain again, but has not started raining. You
So
guys,
what you're saying is comparatively, it's a nice day.
yeah. So as you guys are weaving your way through this path and along the forest edge, you can hear a very forlorn howl coming from the forest.
Howl or owl?
Howl. Your horse gives a loud nicker and begins to look a little nervous. I assume you guys are all traveling on the cart, or are some of you walking? I assume the fastest speed would be everybody traveling on the cart. So is that correct?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Julius, are you the one driving, or is somebody else taking the wheel?
I mean, I'll drive if nobody else wants to.
Anybody?
Helm, take the wheel.
Is anybody trained in animal handling?
Not I.
Yes.
All right, then it's you.
I will do the handling of the animals.
Doo-doo.
Okay. So at this point, the horse has become very, very nervous and begins bucking against the this restraints, basically the saddle, the yoke that helps pull the cart. You're going to need to make an animal handling roll for me.
Go! Wow. That couldn't get much worse.
Well, that could get a lot worse.
An 8, and an 8. That's not good. All right, so the horse just suddenly completely freaks out. It starts bucking. It starts throwing itself against the yoke, and then it just charges off into away from the woods. And you guys start going over this extremely hilly terrain. The cart is bouncing all over the place. For everybody in the cart, including Julius, you all need to make dexterity rolls in order to remain in the cart.
No.
Is it dexterity or dexterity save?
Under the situation, I guess, this would probably be a saving throw. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm light, so I go flying.
Wow, I got a 9. I really suck.
I got a 7.
I got a 3.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay, so everybody, what did you get, Julius?
I got a 17.
All right. So you only because you're literally holding on to the leather straps and the straps are connected to the horse. That's pretty much the only reason why you're still in the cart. I mean, you're almost in comic book or cartoon fashion. You're like almost, vertical, as the horse is like barreling over these hills. Everybody else gets launched out of the cart as you hit these bumps and rocks. There is going to be some subdual damage that needs to be handed out here.
So pretty much it's like, wow, that was bumpy, guys. Guys?
Yeah.
So Tezzacodal, ouch. You take 6 points of subdual damage as you basically fly out and you land pretty much squarely right on top of a boulder.
Ouch.
Bree Pine, you're next. And you are going to take... Oh, you got lucky. You only take 1 point of subdual damage.
That's because I'm light.
Yeah, right? And last but certainly not least, Reginald, you take 3 points of subdual damage as you fly out of the cart and violently land on the ground.
Yay.
The cart is still moving at a high rate of speed over this hilly terrain. I mean, by the time you three gather your wits and start to get to your feet, you can already see that the cart is probably 120 feet away from you and quickly receding. At the same time, Tezzacodal, you notice from the tree line, several dark figures have emerged from the tree line and are starting to move with purpose towards where you guys ended up getting ejected from the cart.
Yeah, we'll definitely say we have company and get into a defensive position.
Okay, and with those very words, let me pull up the turn counter for the second time. And we'll start taking some turn orders. Hang on, let me clear the order, and then you guys can all roll. Clear. Okay, you guys are, let me, again, we're going to ad hoc a map here, so bear with me. Let me get a map up.
Okie dokie.
Mommy.
You guys can roll initiative while you're waiting. You don't have to wait for me.
Should I be rolling
actually,
initiative?
we kind of have to wait for you.
Oh yeah, I guess you do. All right, my bad.
That's okay.
Yes, even though you're technically not in combat, I would still say, Julius, you should roll initiative just so that we keep everything orderly.
Okie dokie.
We used to fight against the horse.
I assume at some point, yeah, well, yeah, yes, you're going to be fighting the horse. That's what you're going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Mo?
He watches as the horse turns back into that witch lady. I finally got you alone.
Now you're mine. Okay. You guys should see the map, I hope.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just going to bump you guys around to where you are, so roughly.
All right, let me fix this here so we can... Wow, this road looks really familiar.
Yeah, I know, right?
Was there a witch over? No. Just...
Yes, she appears again.
All right.
So we're standing in the buildings?
Standing in the buildings, what?
When we were in the town, all this green stuff was buildings.
Yeah, right.
So, Mike, important question. When we were in the camp, was that considered a short rest?
Short rest would be an hour. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, you guys did get a short rest in the gypsy camp. Correct.
Okay.
Hi, Moo. Moomily.
So, Matt, technically you're about, I'm going to say about 120 feet away from where everyone else is, but I have you on the map so that you can interact for the moment, but you're currently not appearing in this picture.
Gamers on Game says, "Hey all."
Hey.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, is that Dave?
Yeah, isn't that Dave Simpson?
Oh, I think so. Well, Dave Simpson, if it's you, hello.
And if it's not you, then to hell with you.
Yeah, right.
Good to see you.
Holy crap.
Damn, you're rolling nice tonight, most of you.
Yeah, I am.
Meow, 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 meow. I did that. All right.
So you did get a 21. All right. So
before this starts,
yes,
we have time? We did have time to get back on our feet, right? Before.
Yes, you guys are on your feet as Tezzacotl says. We have company, I think was his words.
Yep.
Moo.
120 feet off screen.
Just out the viewing public.
So, I go first? Question mark?
Smiley face? Dump truck?
By
Yeah.
the way, nice Fifth Element reference there.
Who made
I guess Dave.
Dave made the fifth. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And let me put everybody in turn order.
Look, we're not fighting anything, so that's awesome.
Invisible. Nor does it have a turn order.
All right. So let me roll for some other creatures real quick.
There's no other creatures. I don't see anything.
Oh, crap.
Dire Dragon 1.
FYI, Mike.
Yeah.
That's actually a 26 for my initiative.
Alrighty. I will make a note of that.
How do I change this now?
You can just usually click on it, right?
You have a +6 initiative.
Oh, I'm talking about in my character sheet.
Yeah, but how do you have a +6 initiative?
Because the feat that I took is alert, and that gives me a +5 to initiative.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how...
If you go in the attributes tab and you scroll down far enough, you can get to initiative bonus. It's down there.
What was your corrected initiative?
26.
26. Holy free holies.
Indeed.
Spanky, spanky, spank, spank.
That means he really goes before the creatures that don't exist.
Sorry, hold on a second. Struggling with things and stuff.
There you go. 26.
Yep.
All right, let me finish this up.
Just an amazing roll, Dave. I got an at 20.
This is Devlin. Here's my smuggle bug.
Snugglebug.
I don't like how many rolls he's doing.
I don't like how many black kidneys are showing up. Or is that a fetus? It's kind of like a...
It's easier to roll them all in on one initiative and do them all at the same time.
Well,
Mike doesn't do anything easy.
I know.
I click's the fun way.
Look how small they are. They're obviously mice. So,
Yeah. This should be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
I don't like zerging you guys by throwing all the monsters at you at once. I think that's not very fair. But
Well, not when you're rolling that many monsters. God damn.
all right. Now that that's done, let me descend. Okay. So, Julius, you get to go first. You're 120 feet off screen, apparently, according to the text.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's another handle animal check to try to get the thing under control.
Yes, that would be the correct assumption. Oh, dear.
Can't roll any lower, man.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dear. So now you're going to actually have me look up how fast a cart goes.
By the way, did we ever get inspiration back by any chance?
That's up to the GM. He awards it when he thinks we deserve it.
If he thinks of it.
You know what? I'm going to say for the battle that you had with the fiend in the town of Barovia, that between you and no offense to the other players, no offense, but to you and Reginald, you guys both acted in a very awesome fashion. So if either of you are down on inspiration, you definitely earned it back.
I don't even remember spending inspiration.
I don't actually. The only person I recall for sure that has used inspiration was Julius. I don't remember anyone else using it so far.
So I'm going to use it again.
Okie dokie.
That's better.
That's better.
Oh, you
right.
were just looking up for how far carts go.
Yes, I was looking up to see how far the horse, if the horse had taken you all the way back to Vallaki or what. No. So
you ran me all the way back to the Forgotten Realms.
Exactly, right. Next truck stop, 102,000 miles. So you managed to bring the horse under control. You've stopped the cart. I'm going to say that you're still roughly about 120 feet away at this point. You can just barely see because the mist is pretty heavy. The rest of your party in the distance, and it looks like there are creatures descending upon their location.
Yeah. I turned the cart around.
Okie dokie. So that is your turn this round.
Yeah.
So at 120 feet, if you take the horse at a full gallop, you'll be back next round. If you do anything less than a full gallop, it'll take you longer. The horse's normal running speed is 60 feet. Obviously, at a full run, it's 120. It's up to you what you decide on. If you do decide to do a full gallop, that would require another animal handling check to come to a stop. And also because you're riding the horse directly back where it's trying to get away from. So that's going to be a little tricky.
Yep.
All right, but we'll get back to that on your next round. We will move down the list. So out of the mist comes a very large-looking wolf that seems to approach you guys with malcontent, I guess would be the word.
Malevolence?
Malevolence. I like it. I like that. I like that word.
Is that copyrighted by Disney?
Maybe.
No,
Speed.
That's Maleficent.
Yes, that's
Yeah, never mind. So out of the mist, 5, 10.
What the hell is Angelina Jolie doing here?
Someone threw a rat at me.
Oops,
Okay.
too big.
A giant wolf.
That's too big. There we go. That's more like it.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, little wolfie.
Puppy dog.
All right. So he is going to try to bite you.
Okay.
Cat and dog fight.
I roll a 20, not a natural, but a 20 to hit.
My armor class is 27. No, my armor class is only 15, so...
All right. He scores a bite on you. You need to roll a strength save at a DC 11.
Strength save and a DC 11. And that's going to be a 23.
You make your save, but you do take 7 points of piercing damage as he bites into your leg.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed.
Okay, damaged.
All right, next on the list. Another wolf appears from the mist.
From out of the fog came something more stomach than man.
He does his full move. Brepine, he reaches you, but he is unable to attack this round.
Apparently he moonwalked to you.
Yes, he did a double move, so he can't attack. Tezzacotl, that would make it your turn.
All right, I go ahead and use bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on this clown.
Not comfortable.
This clown wolf is now got a hunter's mark.
All right, and I don't know why it rolled damage for me because I haven't tried to hit it yet, but whatever.
Okie dokie.
So let me actually go ahead and see if I can hit it here. So I'm going to use my spear and magic helmet. So 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
All right. And that is going to be 7 points of damage.
7 damages.
Yep, did it account for my... No, it didn't. So also I get an extra d6 because I'm awesome like that.
All right, nice.
Damn it. Where's my spell? Hunter's Mark. There it goes. Extra d6. So 3 more points of damage from the Hunter's Mark.
So the grand total would be
10.
Okay. Still alive, but your sword definitely strikes deep into its hide.
All right.
Next is Brepine.
Well, I guess there's only one thing I can do. So this fruitcake here, I give him 2 damage. I give him 2 more damage. And I give him 5, 6, total of 9 damage.
9 damage on the one in front of you. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Got it. He is still standing.
Lame.
All right. Next is another wolf. Surprise, surprise. And yes, he is also moonwalking, apparently. Let's turn him around. Reginald, he reaches you, but he did a double move, so he is unable to attack this round. So that would take us to the next wolf. Pete and repeat. He did a double move. He can't attack you, Tezzacotl, this round.
Okay.
Next. That would be Reginald.
Okay, let's see what we do. Okay. It's worth risking it. I'm not rolling twice. I'm gonna move back. Move over. Oh. First, I'm going to move. So take the attack of opportunity because I know they can trip. So.
Yes, he will go ahead and take it. It's that guy, right? Yep. He is going to try, and he gets an 11. That is no good.
Yay.
No, it's going to.
No es bueno indeed.
Move there. Let's line him up.
Fire it up. Fire it up.
Yeah.
See you later, Dave. Have a good one.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for dropping by.
Does an 11 hit? Probably not.
I'm afraid not, sir. An 11 will not do it.
Well, it tempts me.
Okay, and that would end your turn, correct?
Unfortunately.
All right. Then next up is surprise, surprise, another wolf.
What are all those dice for? There's a lot of dice on there.
Three more wolves. 3 more wolves.
All right. So coming out of the mist is another wolf that looks much larger than the others. Well, considerably larger.
Oh, yay.
You have known these to be, Ismark had identified these as dire wolves. And this dire wolf seems to have liked Tezzacotl.
Hmm.
And Tezzacotl, he's going to try and bite you.
Okay.
Dewey, chomp, chomp.
Yes. Oh, no. He gets a 12. That's terrible.
Yep, that will miss.
12 will miss. Okay. So then next is another wolf. Boy, sure are a lot of wolves. Let's see. And he's going to end up over here. And Breepine, he did a double move, so he cannot attack this round. So he just looks at you menacingly.
Grr.
Grr, bark, bark, grr.
Arr.
And then lastest but not leastest is another big, hefty dire wolf. And this one is going to come all the way over here. And unfortunately, Breepine, this one is able to attack you this round.
Who earns?
Yeah, I know, right? He gets, ouch. He gets a 24 to hit. Does that hit? That's not a crit. That's just his roll.
Yeah, of course it is.
So you need to make a DC 13 strength save.
Or be swallowed whole.
Why didn't it show up on there? I got a 15. Oh, it's right there.
There it is. Okay, so you do not go prone. However, unfortunately, you do take 9 points of piercing damage. Because he likes soft, squishy little repines, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll end the round. That starts us with Julius. So, Julius, if you are riding at a full gallop, you need to go ahead and make your animal handling roll because the horse definitely doesn't want to gallop towards the wolves. So go ahead and make that roll.
Yes, I will. I want to ride basically right through there.
Are you trying to ride over dire wolves?
Indeed.
Oh, my. All right. Interesting tactic.
So I will go ahead and make my roll. That's not great, but it's better than before.
Okay. So you are riding your the horse is going to reflexively avoid trying to hit the wolf at full speed. I mean, you're going to make a riding pass by, but the horse is going to try to avoid, basically full on contact running into the wolf.
Will the wagon hit them?
I'll give you a roll to hit. Sure, why not?
Okay. And what am I rolling?
You're going to roll a d20.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna make this an improvised weapon, and make a d20 improvised weapon. You can add your, I guess in this situation, add your dex bonus.
Ooh, okay. D20 plus 1. Come on, baby. Papa needs a new pair of shoes. 12.
Yeah, unfortunately, carts are not really designed to be missiles. So
I know, but it was worth a shot.
It was. No, you get an A for effort. So you can put your token anywhere within 5 feet of where he is right now. So you can end your round anywhere within 5 feet of that square. Okie dokie. And I assume you are going to disembark. Are you going to exit the vehicle?
Obviously, I want the horse to stop running first.
Oh, yeah. One would hope. So, yes, once the wagon comes to a stop, you will be leaving the wagon. Got it.
Yeah, and what I want to do is I want to take the reins and I want to wrap them around one of the front wheels.
Okay. We'll say that ends your turn. You're basically going to spend your turn securing the wagon.
Excellent.
All right. So back to wolves. When wolves attack. So Tezzacotl, these 3 wolves now have pack tactics, which means they have advantage on attack rolls.
Yep.
Okay. So this guy, he's going to try to bite you. See? So I'm going to roll twice on the pack. Twice because advantage. First time he gets a 17.
Hits.
That's going to hit, right?
Yep.
I guess I should roll twice anyway, although it seems kind of insulting. So yeah, he gets a 19. He takes the better of the 2. You need to make a DC 11 strength save.
And strength. 19.
You make it. You remain on your feet, but unfortunately he gives you another 10 points of piercing damage. Ouch. That was the one that you had marked.
Okay.
The next wolf is the one on Brepine. Same unfortunate business as Tezzacotl. These now have pack tactics. He is going to roll twice and take the better of the 2. The first roll is an 18. That's going to do it. But I'll roll again just because I'm mean and nasty. Mean, nasty DM. Yeah, so he's going to take the 20. You need to make a DC 11 roll.
What kind?
So I'm sorry, a strength save, DC 11. You got a 1?
Better than 0.
I have a -1 strength save.
I would like to take a moment to tell you that you do have inspiration if you
I'll
decide.
use my inspiration.
Oh, okay. Very good.
18.
All right. You remain on your feet, but unfortunately you do take 8 points of piercing damage.
I have 4 hit points left, so I expect to be dying soon.
That was very poetic. I like that. Tezzacotl, it is your turn.
Honestly, I don't know if it'd be wise at this point just to full retreat and run for it.
I don't know. The wolves have definitely got you guys in a corner, so to speak.
I'm going to have to do a disengage.
Yeah, that's what I mean, a disengage. And then just keep disengaging and running. Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I would be dead by the next round. So I'm going to disengage and move. So disengage. And then because disengage is my action, and then I'll move again to another 30 feet.
I'm going to move towards the cart.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, the cart's over here, though.
Yeah, the cart's over there.
Yeah, fuck. All right. Then I disengage and go to the cart.
Okay. Fair enough. Disengage. That's not going to incur any penalty, so you're good. Hang on a second. I am just going to throw the cart back up again so everybody's got an idea where that is.
No
Where's
time
my
for
cart?
heroics.
I tried to run them down.
Here's the cart. All right, Mr. Cart.
Isn't our cart bigger than that?
Yeah. I'm just trying to throw something so that we can keep the game moving. Is that about right?
Yeah, I think that's better.
That'll work.
So then I would have disengaged and ran towards the cart.
Okay, so go ahead and put yourself accordingly.
Yep, right there.
All right, Brepine, you're up.
I disengage and come over here and get in the cart.
You climb into the cart. Very good. Ah, you disappeared.
Yeah, I'm
So, did you
Under
climb
the cart.
You climb. Did you go invisible? Where you were? There you are. Okay. All right. All right. Did that help? Do I see you now?
Yeah, there we go.
There you are.
All right. Next is Wolf. This wolf.
That wolf.
Bark, bark. Grr. Bark, bark, bark. All right. He is going to try and bite you, sir, Julius.
Bite me.
Roll a 5.
That does not hit.
Okay.
You cannot pierce my armor.
This one comes over to you. You're going to get zerged.
Yeah.
He gets advantage, unfortunately, because he now has pack tactics.
Naturally.
First roll is a 13.
That will miss.
Second roll is a 11.
That will also miss.
Boo earns. I mean, yay.
Come at me, bro.
Reginald, it is now your turn.
Run, Forrest, run.
Ooh, I don't have to disengage. I can go over there without taking damage. The ruler thingy. There we go. Doop, 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 doop. There. Ooh, 25, 30, 25. Of course it is. That's full move, so yeah, we're stuck where we are.
Green.
I'm sorry.
On to the next wolf.
Okay.
Wanted to do something, but it's 5 feet too far.
Boo.
Earn.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next wolf. Oh, this is the big dire wolf. Let's see.
Ow, Webby.
He's the one as Kitty Kong Pow.
So basically, he's gonna zip on over here. Matt, you became very popular.
Oh, I know. That was actually the plan.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be the tank.
Right. First roll is a 15. 15
Nope.
hit. All right. Pack tactic. Well, wait, hold on. I don't know if dire wolves get pack tactics because technically they're not classified as a wolf. Yes, they do.
Of course they do.
Of course they do. They're dire wolves, but they're still wolves.
But do they get pack tactics with normal wolves or only dire wolves?
Ooh,
Another 15. I rolled 15 twice.
we'll also miss.
All right. You're good.
Although Greg does have an interesting point.
What's that?
Which I will look up as to not bog the game down.
It says at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet.
So it's anybody. I don't even need to do
It doesn't
just
even
an
have
ally
to
of
be a
wolf.
wolf.
No, it sounds like it doesn't even have to be a wolf. Damn. Okay, so this wolf is gonna run all the way over to here to Reginald. Reginald, are you in or out of the cart?
I'm in the cart.
Okay, so I'm going to rule that in order for him to attack you, he's going to attack at disadvantage. He has pack tactics, which gives him advantage, so they cancel each other out. So he just basically rolls once to hit you. Does that make sense?
Pack tactics.
At least one other ally has to be 5 feet away.
Oh, it doesn't have to be on the same target?
Does not. Let me make sure.
Well,
It does.
If it says the wolf has advantage on attack rolls against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet of the creature, and the ally is not incapacitated at the time. So actually, no, you're right, because the creature in question would be Reginald. So
Correct.
he is not at least 5 feet away.
So the wolf has disadvantage.
So yes, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. So disadvantage on Reginald. Go. First roll is a 8. No, sorry, 12. I lied. A 12 will miss, right?
Yes.
The second roll is a 18, so I have to take the 12. The 12 means he misses.
You take that 12 and you like it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Dire Wolf. Let's see.
It's like a buffet. Which one does he want?
Yeah, I know, right? Reginald, unfortunately, you are the closest. He is attacking you at disadvantage, though.
Or he gets back tactics, which means he cancels out the disadvantage.
She just gets normal.
So it's just a normal attack.
Just a normal attack.
He gets an 8. That misses.
That does.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
That is the end of the... Why didn't this guy go? Hold on a second. I'm checking my wolves here to see if I didn't skip somebody.
No, that was the one that attacked Repine.
Right. Okay, that's why he's out there. All right. So it's the end of the round. It's back to you, sir. Julius, top of the round.
Get in the fucking car.
Get to the chopper.
No. Because he's not in the cart yet. I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack the big one. I'm going to attack the big one. I'm going to attack the big one.
An 18 will definitely strike the big one.
And I get to re-roll one of those. Hang on. Come on. Come on.
Wow.
Thank you. So that is 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage to the big guy.
The big guy.
All right. He is, no surprise, he's still on his feet, but
yep,
he's 11 less. So, Deece Wolf. Where's he going to go? Shortest path to his meal would be 5, 10, 15. Yeah, actually, you're right. It would be here. So it's either you or Reginald, Julius. Yep. So I'm going.
And I would present the easier target because I'm on the ground.
All right, fair enough. So he has pack tactics. He's going to attack you twice.
Yep.
First time is an 8. Second time is a 17.
That will just hit.
Oh, all right. You need to make a DC 11 strength save, and please, for the love of God, you better stay on your feet. Oh no! Oh no! Oh God! Shit.
Well, this has got interesting.
Yeah. All right. I don't know who said you're rolling really well tonight, but whoever said that really jinxed you.
Yeah.
All right. You hit the ground. You take 7 points of piercing damage, and you're now considered prone.
I personally blame Taz for not getting in the car.
Wolf over here. 5, 10, 15. Okay, Tezzacotl, he is attacking you, but he only attacks once.
Uh-huh.
Does not have pack tactics. He rolls an 11.
That'll miss.
He misses you. And that would make it your turn.
All right. So since getting in the cart is like in the next square, would that since I'm still in his would I be leaving his threatened range or no?
I'm in that square.
Oh, you are.
Well, you guys can all conceivably fit in the cart, even though the cart really isn't accurate. So you can occupy. We're going to say that you two could both occupy the same square, or you're in the cart, however you want to go with it.
Okay. But, yeah. So the question is that am I leaving his threatened area, which means he gets an attack of opportunity, or is he not? Okay.
I would rule it that as long as you're only getting into the cart, you don't provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right. So I use my move action to get into the cart.
Okay.
And I have a spear. I can pretty much, I think, stab at this one because I have reach.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and make that roll. Plus he has the thing still on him. So.
Correct. He still has a hunter's mark.
By the way, Mike, I'm going to point out that the horse can still do stuff.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about the horse.
I missed, so there's that.
You mean like freak out and throw everybody out of the cart again?
Well, or, take off with the three of you, at least saving you guys.
Or he would be able to if the reins were wrapped around the wheel.
Good point.
Yeah. So you, Taz, you got a 9, is that right? You missed?
Yeah, I miss.
Okay. So hang on a second. Let me throw a horse into the mix here real quick.
Of course.
We're going to say the horse has been terrified into doing paralyzed with fear, but this round the horse is actually going to start defending for its very life. I don't have a horse token. Come on. Come on.
Just use another wolf and make him giant. That would be.
There we go. There we go. Oh,
that's a horse.
Dear. Well, we need to make him a little bigger than that.
Not if you want to be able to fit him on the cart.
Dire horse.
Sorry, that's a little too big.
That is one chunk of a horse.
Of course. All right.
That is a unit.
We're going to have to shuffle some people around a little bit to make room for horse. Carry the 4 and add the 2.
See, now you guys are messing up my whole plan. Because that horse moved, if it moved all the thing.
There we go. God, what a car wreck that is. Hey, it works.
They always forget about the horse.
What are you going to do? All right.
I so do not want to be sitting ass level from that horse.
So does that horse count as an animal companion? Just wondering, because yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
It might actually be useful if it was.
Right. So the horse is going to use its hooves and is going to attack the wolf directly in front of it with said hooves. And then I'm going to make an initiative roll so we can track it. Wow. 19. 24 with the, wow.
24, wow.
So that was the one that had the hunter's mark on it. So, yeah, he caves his head in. That wolf is dead. Your hunter mark disappears.
Yeah, I can move it as a bonus action next round. So
right. And let me roll to put horse in the initiative. So Bojack Horseman says, "You guys take it easy. I got this." All right. And now we have a horse in the initiative round. So I don't know if you meant to bind up the horse so it couldn't run away, but that was smart. That was a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's exactly why I did it.
Yeah, that's exactly why he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
See, I expected to jump off the horse or off the wagon and, start drawing fire, so to speak. And I expected the horse to try and run away again, and I didn't want that to happen. So.
Oh.
And that's kind of what happened. I kind of drew fire.
Okay, so Bree Pine, it's your turn. So you can go ahead and go now. You're in the cart.
So I'm going to go 5, 10. I'm going to cast at second level Frost Fingers. So 1, this, and this all need to make Constitution saving throws.
Okie dokie.
DC 14.
Does that affect me too?
No, I can. I've got the feat to shape spells or whatever you call it.
Got it.
Nice. So that's 2 wolves and a dire wolf in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So let me roll the saves for the 2 wolves first. It's a Constitution, is that right?
Yep.
Oakley dokley. First wolf, 2.
Takes 13 damage.
All right. Let me roll his hit points. That wasn't quite what I was. I don't know. Maybe I clicked on something wrong. Let me try that again. That wasn't the roll I wanted to roll. I said hit points. How much damage?
13.
He did.
Well, that was easy.
Splat.
All right. Then the next one.
He needs to make a con save. He gets a 4.
Takes 13 damage.
What's that?
13 damage.
13 damages. All right. Hang on. He is still standing, but is starting to rethink his life choices.
He's starting to realize that joining this gang wasn't such a good idea.
Yeah, maybe Mom was right. I shouldn't join a wolf gang. So the dire wolf is lastest but not leastest. Con save for the dire wolf. 11.
He takes 13 damage.
And he also takes 13 damages.
And then I go 5, 10 and get back on the cart.
Nice. Matt, that was the wolf you already attacked once, correct? The dire wolf?
Yep.
For 11 damage, and Repine just did another 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this wolf is there is no hard fast rule on morale. There isn't any 5th edition rules on morale, is there?
Actually, I think there are, but it just depends if you pay attention to them or not. But also, I mean, if the dire wolves are still alive, and again, not my call, but if the larger of the wolves are still alive, the other wolves are probably going to continue.
It says
they'll follow the bigger wolves' lead.
It says morale is obviously optional, but for a group of creatures might flee under the following circumstances. All the creatures in the group are surprised. The group's leader is reduced to 0 hit points, incapacitated, taken prisoner, removed from battle. The group is reduced to half its original size, with no losses on the opposing side.
Okay, good to know. So Matt, he is gonna bite you or try to. He gets advantage. He's gonna make a roll. Here we go.
Of course he does.
I get a 12.
That does not hit.
I get a 19.
Another 12.
That does hit.
He is gonna bite you.
Of course he is.
You are going to take 8 piercing and need to make a DC 11 strength. Oh shit! You're already prone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Whoops. So never mind that.
11 points of damage.
Yep. So the prone condition means that he would have gotten a attack at advantage anyway, right?
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. Carry on. Reginald, it is your turn.
Okay.
Unless you happen to be an archer wolf. You're actually at disadvantage.
Nice.
Direwolf on me. I have no way of getting away from anybody without taking attacks of opportunity.
They got you right where they want you.
So kill him.
Kindness? Try it, see if we get anything out of this. Does a 13 hit?
That's a lot of dice. Yes, a 13 would hit one of the wolves.
The dire wolves?
You're going for the dire wolf. Oh. No, I'm sorry. A 13 does not hit it. You need a 14 to hit the dire wolves.
Actually.
But I would like to remind you that you might have an inspiration that you can choose to use at any time that you feel is necessary.
Mike's just trying to get us to all to use up our inspiration.
Yes, that's my master plan, and it's working.
No, that wouldn't work because I already know that's a miss. So okay.
All right.
Cross off a spell slot. Oh wow. That was a lot of damage too.
That was a lot of damage.
Stupid wolves next to the cart.
All right.
Apparently, I'm the other white meat.
The other white meat.
Yeah.
All right. So Matt, Dire Wolf wants to talk to you about our Lord and Savior. He's going to attack.
I was going to say, didn't he already hit me?
Oh.
Yeah, I think he did. The other wolves are attacking the cart.
Yes.
I mean, somebody just hit me for 11 points of damage.
Yes. So that would make it back to you again. That would be your turn.
Ah, okay. Mother, I'm going to lay hands on myself.
All right. Very good.
Not the moment to be touching yourself.
Yeah, well, in another moment, I won't be awake enough to touch myself, so...
I think that was a 90s song. When I think about wolves, I touch myself.
Exactly. All right. So that's all I can... Well, actually, I can get up, right? That's
half move to get up.
Sure, I'll try and get up. So I heal myself first.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get up.
All right. You get knocked down, but you get back up again.
That's the idea.
You're never going to keep him down.
These are the jokes, folks. All right. So the wolf, Tezzacotl, there's a wolf attacking you. You're in the cart, so
Yep.
he has disadvantage. And he does not get pack tactics, so he has legit disadvantage.
Okay.
And he needs to roll a second time because he got disadvantage. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay, he misses. Riding horse. Riding horse is going to strike mightily with its hooves at the nearest wolf, which would be, let's see what kind of reach horse has. 5 foot reach. So a 5 foot reach, yeah, that would be the only target it could hit with its hooves. So that's a hoof to the face.
To the face.
That's an 18 to hit. That is a
To the face.
to the face.
That's to me.
No, the riding horse is hitting
Oh.
him. God, no. Yes, the horse is turned on you. He says, I know where my hedge my bets.
I'm with you guys. Don't eat me.
Don't eat me. And the riding horse has pummeled a wolf to death again.
Woo!
There you go. Another one bites it up.
Pretty effective horse there.
Yes.
You might have to name the horse.
I'm surprised that Beefcake horse wanted to run away from these things.
Yeah, right.
Horses are no joke, man. They got a +5 to their attack. They got and then they got 2d4 + 4 for damage. They're legit. Tezzacotl, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to move my hunter's mark here,
Got it.
and then I'm going to attack with my spear.
And magic helmet.
Yep.
Helmet.
Going to kill the wolf.
And I got a 10, so that misses.
I'm not going to kill the wolf.
Bree Pine, that makes your go.
So I come back over here.
Does that
And
wolf get an attack of opportunity?
this one? I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't get attack of opportunity when James got into the cart. Or did something, yeah.
Probably too short.
Yeah, no, I'll say no attack of opportunity on that one. That the card is providing enough cover that he's not going to be able to attack you.
So
Or obstruction. We'll call it an obstruction.
again for Nyo and Nyo, DC 14 con save.
DC 14. First comes the wolf. I roll a 17. He makes it.
Okay.
Does he get any damages?
Let me just see if he takes. I don't. He takes 5.
Got it. He was the one that was wounded by the spell previously, right?
Yes.
All right, so he dead.
And then the dire wolf.
Oh yeah, dire wolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of wolf sickles out there.
Dire wolf rolls a 21.
So he takes 5.
He takes 5. He was also been hit by Julius, and he was also hit by your spell again.
Yep.
That's another 5. He is not looking so good.
I do believe that's 29 hit points so far.
Yeah. No, 31 total. You're close.
31, okay.
No, he's questioning his life choices. That has brought him to this point. Okay, Reginald, it is your turn.
those. One of these. 16 should hit the dire wolf.
16 will hit the dire wolf.
12 points of damage.
To the dire wolf next to the cart, I assume, right?
Yep.
Okay. He is also beginning to wonder if this was such a good idea. Right.
Go out to the forest, they said. Attack some travelers, they said. Have a good time.
Matty Matt, the dire wolf on you only attacks once. He does not get pack tactics. You are standing, so he does not get advantage because you're now standing and no longer prone. Yada, yada, yada. Carry the 4, add the 2. He gets an 11 to hit.
No.
All right, he misses. That makes us dire wolf number 1. All right, so he also does not get pack tactics unless he moves. He'll get disadvantage for attacking anyone in the cart. How smart is he as far as wolves go? He would probably come around and try and use his pack tactics in order to bring you down, sucker.
So, but he's never mind.
No, I'm open to criticism or comments.
Nope.
So, if you want to know how a natural wolf would react, most likely,
sure.
They have both gotten the shit kicked out of them, and almost all of the other wolves are dead.
Yeah,
they
no,
probably cut their losses and run.
Yeah, at this point, that was what I was thinking. Either they would cut their losses and run because morality, a morale check would definitely come into play here, or they would attack or try to take you out because right now they see you as the alpha, protecting the rest of your pack. Quote unquote.
Yeah. And considering that they have, well, at least the one that I've hit has taken a substantial amount of damage. I don't know about the other one. But, yeah, they've gotten the shit kicked out of them, and they've already lost more than half of their pack.
Yeah. So I'll agree with you. I think at this point in time, true wolves wouldn't fight to the bitter end. They were looking for a meal, and obviously you guys aren't going to give them one. So they are going to, well, you're not going to give them one easily. They're going to retreat. All three wolves.
For some beef jerky.
What's that?
They could have just asked for some beef jerky.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
If you guys want to, I think at least, I know, Julius, you would get an attack of opportunity and possibly Tezzacotl as they run away.
Nope, I am letting them run away.
All right. Okay. Then that ends the Fox 5 special when wolves attack.
I am going to take all the wolf corpses.
Yes.
And throw them in the cart, and then we are riding away.
Okay. Excellent. Perfect. So I will say, looking at the clock, that is an excellent time to call it quits. We will end this session with the heroes licking their wounds as Julius frantically rides away. And we will call the end of the game there, and we'll pass it back to James.
All right. Well, it is.
So for next game session, we now have lots of meat and furs. So we don't have to buy clothing anymore. We just have to have it made.
And I can go get sticks, and we can have meat sticks. So
there you go.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well,
thank you, Keith.
Yep. Thank you, everyone who is watching. It is late, so I won't give a big spiel, but definitely check us out on Facebook. Check us out and subscribe to us on YouTube because we can definitely use the following, and definitely follow us on Twitter. And with that said,
buy our merch.
Yeah, buy our merch, buy a cool mask.
And share with everyone.
Oh, absolutely. And we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.